We are back. We're back. We are back. Back. We are back. We're back. I'm a beatbox. Noel, freestyle, go.
No.
Damn. I thought you were about to go hard as hell. Oh my God.
Yo, bro,
bro,
the reason
I-
why I stuck to
Yo, I thought you was about to go crazy.
I was like, okay.
bro,
Yo, I thought you were about to
rap.
spaz.
Nigga, I try to rap when Eric used to rap. I try to rap too.
Yeah, I
wrote some
remember.
bars.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
shit was so bad.
Yeah, you know
nigga,
what,
I was
bro?
rapping about Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
that shit was so bad, nigga.
You know what, bro? You saved yourself.
Yo, I
You were the
saved
rappers that
myself.
Drewski made that skit about.
No, oh yeah.
The conscious ones.
I am Michael. No, I'm Michael. I am the next disciple. Like, what the fuck, bro? What is you talking about, bro?
And the beat sound like it's like someone's like smashing like kitchen plates or something. It's like a crazy ass, just wild sound.
Yeah, at 14, I would have been one of them rappers, bro. I was fiending to
Damn.
be lyrical miracle, nigga.
Oh my God.
man.
Listen,
Yo, what's good, Angela?
Shout out to everybody that's tapped in right now. We love you guys. We appreciate you guys. It's another week of the Club Mission Podcast, Cap, episode 183. Love you guys. Thank you for coming back. There's a live stream we do every single Monday night. If you're new here, you guys can check us out on all podcast audio platforms as well. Live from Rhode Island to the world. We're here. Cap, I'm Victor, the host. We got Noel in the building. You know,
this like
one day he'll
tweaking
freestyle to us. One day he'll freestyle to us.
Bro, Eric's a fake ass nigga because he
What?
knew my shit was ass and he didn't tell me. That
Eric?
nigga just looked at me. Yeah, he just looked at me and smiled. He
He
said,
didn't say it was good though.
nah, he said, oh, it's good. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I'm like, nigga.
There's some potential.
Yeah, some potential. Like, no, nigga.
Nah, there's always potential. You know
I
what I'm
just
saying?
rap like Bill Clinton with like dill bitches. I don't remember, bro. It was bad. It was a bad bar. It was disgusting.
Dill
nigga.
bitches?
I spent like 10 hours trying to write six lines.
My God.
Jesus Christ. What's good, Sway? What's up?
And we got co-host, producer extraordinaire Marloon in the building.
What's
We
good,
are
my
here.
G's?
You know what I'm saying?
looking a
Playboy
little
Cardi's
rough
number one
today. I'm
hater.
sorry. Hell yeah.
We
I
got-
stand by that shit.
Listen, we got Playboy Cardi's artist who dropped a new album. We'll talk about it later on, Ken Carson. So we got to see if Marloon, I did the Ken Carson reaction. They were like, I wonder if Marloon likes Ken Carson. I'll give you guys
Didn't
an
we
answer.
react to this shit once?
Yes, fans were hitting
we?
me up. They wanted us to do the reaction together because you two did it and this
Oh,
nigga's in the
we
car
did?
heated.
Oh,
Nah, there was a few tracks I fucked
that was
with,
2 albums
though.
ago
I
then,
think
because
so.
it wasn't the last album.
It
It
was
was
the
a
last
grip
one.
ago. Oh,
It was whatever the sequel
It was
to
when
this
I was
is.
talking about the Tostino rolls and shit, bro.
Yeah, that's when it was. It
I
was the
remember
last
this
one.
shit.
It was the last one. Yep, because it was the Tino
Yo, there
Roll
was some
joke.
good tracks. There was some good ones,
Nah,
but
yeah,
then
they
there
were
was some.
hit.
But then Marloon wouldn't like this one because this album's worse than the last
Oh,
one.
this shit was so bad, my
That shit
ears
was dog
wanted to
shit.
die, nigga.
There's a lot of trash on
Nah,
there.
so you see, this
Nah.
is what I'm saying. So,
Hot trash.
so you guys are doing this shit on purpose. You niggas want me to waste my time. That's not happening.
Listen, let's get right to it. Not a crazy news week. There's some crazy news stories, but not a huge amount of stuff. So, it'll be a shorter podcast than usual. But we're here. Let's start with the title of the podcast live stream. You guys see it there. Kendrick Lamar and Drake. Kendrick Lamar and Drake. Every single week, there's Kendrick Lamar and Drake story. Shout out to Jeremy Heck from The Bigger Picture. Hip Hop DX. My guy Jeremy. He recently was with Curtis King. Shout out to Curtis King also. And he interviewed Jeremy, and Jeremy Heck was like talking about how people feel. Like in our comment section, they're always like, oh, Drake and Kendrick. But he's like, at the end of the day, what's more interesting really happening in hip hop culture right now if it's not Drake or Kendrick? Like people get mad when you're always talking about them, but it's like them getting mad talking about them is them talking about them. If people didn't care, people wouldn't care. If people didn't care, the views wouldn't be there, the attention span wouldn't be there whenever they do something. And at the end of the day, if you're talking about music, right? I'm a podcaster, reviewer, with the main focus, even as a journalist, is always music. So why would I not talk about the Kobe Bryant, the Michael Jordan, the LeBron James of music, which is Drake? So for years we've covered Drake. Is like during the beef, people make it seem like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And to be honest, for years we've always covered Kendrick. The thing is, Kendrick would be not dropping music. No interviews. There wasn't much to cover Kendrick about Kendrick.
Yeah.
Other than looking back.
And he wasn't in beef and drama and shit.
Exactly. So now that they're dropping, people are gonna talk about them. Like, there's no escaping it. Just like, ESPN every single day they're gonna talk about LeBron James and Lakers. Why? Because he's fucking LeBron James and they're the Lakers. And to this day they'll always still bring up Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan debates. You know what I'm saying? This is like, so if you put it into the music, we're gonna talk about these people always. Especially because they give us something to talk about, and you think it's not strategic. It's on purpose.
Yeah.
It's on purpose. We have reacted to the NOKIA music video and the Luther music video. Luther dropped off the GNX album by Kendrick Lamar, became a hit. Now it's been the number one song for 8 weeks in a row. Number one song in the country, right? Drake has a hit record off his album with Party Next Door. NOKIA. Who's calling my phone? It's been growing every single week. This week now, Luther's number one, still, 8 weeks. Drake's NOKIA now is number two. Second song in the country, right? Both of these songs have elevated and gotten stronger. No, Drake specifically. Drake's song specifically got stronger and more elevated on the chart after his music video dropped.
Yeah.
The music video worked. Didn't work strong enough to push it past Luther yet. I think it's going to go number one. I think it's going to pass Luther.
It's going to hit.
I think it's going to pass it next week. Now, people are still debating that because we just got a couple days ago the Luther music video. Strategically, I think Kendrick Lamar dropped the Luther music video on some petty music wars. It was going to come regardless. We knew it was going to get a music video.
Yeah.
But the timing, let's be honest, it's ideal.
100%.
A week before their tour starts, him and SZA, and also a week after Drake drops NOKIA, the music video to NOKIA. These guys are still beefing. Drake and Kendrick Lamar have it right now, for those who don't know, a round two that is on some rich nigga shit. It's on a different level. They're doing it to their own level. They know what they're doing towards each other. The subliminal digs, the music video, the song dropping. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily just for like points. Oh, be smooth, brother.
Stay smooth, brody.
It's not necessarily for the points and like, oh, who got more points, etc. Like, because if that was the case, they'll just drop the songs, dissing each other again and again.
Yeah.
We might not get that. We might get it, but we might not get that. I don't see a world in reality where they're ever going to be friends again because of this petty type of shit. And I would have never thought that it would be Luther to be the number one song off that album.
Me too, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Still here. But it makes sense because obviously it's good as fuck.
I thought it was going to be TV off.
I thought it was going to be TV off. I thought it would be Squabble Up. I thought Not Like Us might still be in the number one, number two, ranking number three. It's not, right? NOKIA, though, if I'm being honest with you, we've been outside and all.
Oh, it's everywhere. It's everywhere.
NOKIA is the strongest song in the clubs. We've witnessed it.
Yeah, I don't hear
with my own
Luther,
eyes.
right?
I've seen people dancing, going crazy to NOKIA. Insanely.
Yeah.
They play the whole record because it's 2 songs in one. Damn, they play the whole shit. Baby girl.
It's good as fuck.
Let me see you in your dance. Let me see you twirl.
It's good.
It's not a hard ass rap record. It's like on some pop shit. It's smooth.
It's a club shit.
It's a club banger.
It's some club shit.
You can't deny it. So that what I'm trying to say with this is like, realistically, we got to be honest. I see it going number one. If it doesn't go number one next week,
I don't think it will.
it's gonna go number one the week after, or the week after, or the week after, because this shit's gonna go into the summertime. That song is gonna be a song that's gonna be in the summer. You're gonna see that shit at the beaches. People are gonna be playing it at the beaches. Drake might do another music video.
Unless Drake drowns it with another track.
If Drake drowns it with another track, that'd be interesting.
Well, he said it on Adin Ross's stream. The album's coming.
Yeah, we're gonna get that in a second. We're gonna get to that in a second. Yep, the Adin Ross stream. Who was there last night with Adin Ross? But do we see a world where it doesn't happen?
Oh my god.
I don't see a world where it doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. Someone said niggas live in Rhode Island and think they know what's playing outside. Where the fuck do you live? Where the fuck do you live?
Yeah,
Put the camera on me.
Justin, let us know, bro.
Yo, where the fuck do you live? Because I got Boston bitches coming over here to fuck with us. Where do you live, nigga? I got CT niggas coming over here to fuck with PVD, nigga. What are you talking about? Dumbass.
Crazy.
What do you think? We're in a club with like a bunch of like white people.
stupid,
Like,
What the fuck
bro.
are we talking here?
Yo, Russia in the building. It's 4:11 a.m. right here. Yo.
That's
shout out to
love,
Russia
yo.
for tapping into the live stream. We love
Shout
you.
out
Appreciate
to
you. We appreciate everyone,
you.
all our supporters across the whole world. I was speaking a Russian accent right now, but I don't think I can.
I don't.
You guys, Karrueche,
That nigga don't do it, bro.
Czekaj, Czechoslovakia.
Nigga, what are you saying?
I don't know.
Nigga just being racist.
But it's very it's a very wild time where almost a full year later from when the beef started, now we have Drake and Kendrick Lamar battling on the charts, fighting for number one. Literally, it's like, what the hell? Like, I would never thought it would happen. I really never thought it would happen. Drake is promoting that he's gonna drop an album soon. Kendrick Lamar, there was rumors of a deluxe album coming. His tour comes next week. They can still drop music that can compete again with what? Themselves. They're going to be in a competition with themselves, realistically. It's
true.
And at the end of the day, when it comes to the hip-hop scene, right, one of the hottest songs out right now, for example, is Rob 49's What the Helly. Like, that song's...
What the hell?
That's the hardest shit, maybe. It's not going to be number one song in the country.
No one ever listens to it fully. Have you listened to it fully?
No. People don't understand, like, the idea
People only
of...
know the what the hell part.
I think people sometimes underestimate the power, like how big a Kendrick Lamar and Drake are. Like they're in a different world. They're not just competing in hip hop rap. This is like now on a global scale. Like
This is power moves.
there is no song right now that could drop in hip hop, maybe from any artist, if it's not a Kendrick Lamar and Drake, that's gonna outnumber and beat them in the number one and number two. I don't see it happening.
There is someone. Taylor Swift.
Oh, I'm talking about in hip hop though. I said in
okay,
hip hop.
okay,
Yeah,
okay,
I'm about to say, bro. Unless T Swift want to get nasty again.
T Swift, they must have put like the chill button on her in UMG. They must have told her don't drop shit.
Or
She
Unless
drops so much.
she's
no,
waiting.
no.
She
They're
drops so
waiting.
much.
Super Bowl announcement next month. Taylor Swift. I guarantee you. Watch.
You think, nigga, Super Bowl?
What? Bro, the
They
Super Bowl
announced that
just
early?
happened.
No, but they're gonna announce it for next
That's what
year.
I'm saying. That shit just happened.
No, yeah.
They
They
didn't-
announced it early.
They
announced
didn't,
it
they
like
didn't announce Rihanna that early.
I think so. Hey Siri.
No.
Let's check. Hey Siri. When did they announce the performer for the Super Bowl last year?
I think it was like fall.
Yes,
On January 13th, 2019, the NFL officially announced that Maroon 5 would headline.
Well, that was a couple years ago. But if they announced it in January and a couple years ago,
I'll tell you right now.
I don't know. But nonetheless, what I'm trying to say is that these guys are really leading the pack, right? And to be honest with you, I think on GNX, there's songs on there that are better than Luther.
They said they announced Kendrick in September.
I'll tell you right now. Like, I'm on the way.
They didn't announce Kendrick Lamar dropping music in September, guys. We're
No,
not
no,
gonna.
the
Super Bowl
Oh, I'm
September
sorry.
8th.
I'm sorry. I'm about to go off again because this chat be saying some like shit. I'm like, what the hell?
September 8th, yeah. So we got some time.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
It's,
When school comes back,
it's like literally
after school-
preseason. September 8th is preseason. I'm going to be real with you, bro. UMG is the only winner here.
Man, both of their artists is making them billions.
Billions. And when Taylor shows up, now it's 3 of them.
Trillions.
And we just arguing broke as fuck in a recession. Like fucking losers. I hate this shit. That's why I hate life, bro. We just falling for it, bro. If you niggas stop arguing about this shit for 10 seconds, you'd realize, my nigga, we are dying. Nigga, Terrence at 200%. I don't got 200% worth of money, nigga.
Yo.
My account's negative 1,000%. We should be revolting. What the fuck are we doing here?
And these niggas just keep making more money because everything that they're doing is making money. Kendrick Lamar going on tour with SZA. How much they gonna make? Millions of dollars. Off of merch alone, they gonna make millions of dollars. And he could take some more rich nigga subliminal shots at Drake. How? Maybe he does a merch piece with like a subliminal shot at Drake, something like a certain character.
That would sell the fuck out.
It will sell the fuck out.
Sell the fuck out.
And
I'd
that would
buy it.
carry the
I'd buy it.
conversation. If like he could do, they're so powerful. Like these are not just regular artists. They're so powerful and so big that they do some small thing, and it creates something huge, right? For all we know, Drake could do some shit too back where it pisses off Kendrick enough to be like, "Hey, fuck it, let's go again." Drops another song. You know what I'm saying? I killed you already, but let me stomp on your grave or some shit. Or vice versa. Drake could drop some shit. Like if they want to be more direct, keep that beef going that way. Or if they want to be on some, again, more subliminal rich nigga shit, they're going to be like, oh, do a little merch thing. Or Drake, they're going to put to Canada. They got 2 concerts in Canada. Maybe 3. SZA and Kendrick, right? God forbid something happens, but around that time, I'm assuming Drake's going to make a selfie pose or some shit's going to happen. A selfie post with like a PG Lang shirt. don't come to my city, or well, I heard you're here tonight, some shit, or
With-
like a
with-
photo of Drake in the crowd
with some duck lips.
with 20 niggas in the crowd. You know what I'm saying? Something.
I won't lie to you. I'm feeding to the like theory. This is gonna be a rich nigga flex.
I'm saying, bro.
That's
just
what
to-
I'm scared of, bro. I want you guys to go come at your throats in the
They're not.
music.
No,
I don't want this shit, bro. I don't
This
want
is
to
a
talk
numbers
about this
game.
if it's gonna be like this. I
No,
don't want to talk about it.
but there's a reason why. Because the narrative was that Kendrick was gonna kill him and leave, and I keep noticing this from Jay Hitta, DJ Head. They all keep saying it. This is Dot's era now. That phrasing
Dot
is
era.
Dot era. Very specific phrasing there. What they're insinuating is he's not leaving. This wasn't a one-time thing.
How long is an era?
So that's my point. I really think this might be a while, Vic, and I think him and Drake are gonna go back and forth on that chart for a while.
Because why would they reconcile? It wouldn't benefit neither of them as much as it would benefit for them to keep the beef and
Beef going.
subliminal going for years.
Yeah,
For years.
years. I hope not. This recession's killing.
As
me.
long as it's music, I'm with it. But if it's like this petty bullshit, I'm Gucci, bro. I'm Gucci.
And the only way that these artists can kind of try to match or reach a level of that relevancy in a sense is when they do something similar, right? When Joey Badass dissed the West Coast, right? And then people were responding and then dissing him back, etc.
That shit died off fucking
That shit
quick,
died
man.
off. But if they kept that consistently and it's like a more of a higher tier artist, that could create another buzz. Unfortunately, because the biggest artists always set the standard. Drake and Kendrick Lamar, they're beefing. That is the standard of what's going on right now. Niggas start beefing. It has been in a sense, right? But niggas start beefing. That's the only way you could kind of even try to compete with that level of shit, right?
This beef can't last long though. It'll play out so fast.
Because it kind of drowns out the other artists, right?
Nigga, I don't even know who be dropping no more. Like I be checking, I be listening, but it's like I don't give a fuck.
Because they take up so much of the market,
Yeah, so much of the fucking
so much of the conversation. The
every day.
juggernauts in this shit.
Bro, there's a problem when every tweet I'm seeing on my timeline is Drake or Kendrick. And I be trying to kill my algorithm. Like I be trying to get out of those algorithms and it's still there. You niggas don't stop.
This should be unkillable.
Unkillable, bro.
Oh, that shit's not showing up in my algorithm no more.
Oh, it is mine, bro.
Yeah,
no.
no. My shit's a bunch of. Yeah, I'm not gonna say.
Cause they're under like this
What
nigga,
is it?
under what nigga?
What do you be seeing?
What did you say?
Yeah, what was you saying?
This nigga's watching.
What
bro.
happened?
Bro, you know how frustrating it is when I see a drop for another artist and there's Drake and Kendrick fans fighting in the bottom?
Yeah, yeah.
What the fuck are we doing? You niggas have no decorum.
Yeah.
Fight in your spaces. Why you like a messy ass bitch that wants to fight outside the house?
Yeah.
Just keep that shit in your house. Why are you fighting in the streets? This shit pisses me off, bro.
Yeah, no, this shit is fucking, it's insane. But I do see Drake, like I said, the shit works at the club. Now, I'm not saying also that Kendrick Lamar doesn't play at the club. Keem was playing Kendrick Lamar, a bunch of Kendrick Lamar. That shit was going crazy too.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going as crazy as NOKIA. We have to be honest. NOKIA is the biggest record because people are just gonna recognize that shit.
It's just because of the vibe we're hearing it in. But I won't lie. Kendrick hits at the barbecues.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like when I'm showing my boys, they'll play like GNX.
When you're a few
I'm not
beers
saying
in,
it doesn't. No, I'm not saying it doesn't.
a few beers in, you start looking. You're like, I love you, bro.
But I'm
I love
saying like
you,
if we're
squabble
projecting what's next, what's the odds of like NOKIA what going down? It's gonna go up. Because what's
of the
next?
summer, yeah.
Summer's coming.
Yeah.
Niggas gonna be outside.
But that's
They
what
gonna
I'm
play some
saying. He's
shit.
saying that something's dropping in the summer, so it's gonna get drowned out.
Listen, speaking of that, like Marlon was saying, pivoting a bit, Drake was on Adin Ross's stream last night. He was supposed to come to Rhode Island to our concert, but Drake was like, "Hey, I gotta go to Aiden's stream." I'm like, "I bet, bro. I understand."
Looking like the picture.
Yeah, he was mad at me. Drake on FaceTiming me. He was mad because I was wearing some PG Lang merch. I forgot I bought it. Listen, it is what it is. But he told Adin Ross on the stream, he was like, "I'm working on a new album right now, and it's a slap," right? And he said that similar to Adin Ross last stream. He's like, "I got slappers or some shit."
For sexy songs for you, and it was
and it was for sexy songs for you.
And
Right.
then he's like, "Oh, let him know, Aiden." And Aiden's like, "Oh, it's great."
Sexy songs for you. I don't know about you guys, but it's still I'd be still play that shit.
No, I still
No,
play.
I still play it, yeah, but it's still a 7.5 for me.
It's a 7 for me.
Shit got a lot of hard shit, though.
It hasn't gone up for me.
GNX was better.
Then sexy songs for you.
Hell yeah. As a project, fuck, like you can't compare R&B.
I won't
rap.
answer that because I don't. I would have to revisit GNX because I haven't played it recently, realistically. But I've definitely been playing some sexy songs for you.
Yeah, horny.
The city is really just like a flower. What color does CN Tower?
I don't know.
Tonight.
CN Tower finally grew on me, but then there's other tracks that people really riding the fuck out of it, and it don't work for me.
Nah,
Shot Brian Steele's
Mothball's
one of
my
the
shit.
guys.
Mothballs, I don't fuck with it.
Play
Huh?
Brian Steele in the car.
The more I've listened to it, brother, I'm like, man.
Shot Brian Steele. I'm one of the guys. Well, I'm gonna tweak it. I'm going outside tonight, and like a random girl on the beat screaming.
Bro, nigga, hold on. When it goes, someone would love me. Oh my god! Oh my god! Nigga,
Yeah.
you're doing that thing. You're doing that thing. You're doing that thing. You're doing that thing again.
That's
That shit's hard,
party,
bro.
bro. It's party.
Nigga.
But GNX,
Whew.
GNX hard as fuck too.
Nah, GNX hard as
Nah,
fuck. I still
listen.
think GNX is better.
Bro, GNX, bro. Even the fucking
GNX makes you want to dance with a Glock on your waist.
bro, what's that?
Nigga,
What's
I
my
be
shit
listening
on
to
there?
Squabble Up, dancing on the fucking table with mad grips in my hand. Not a single one of them are mine.
Let's be honest.
I'm be honest.
Peekaboo's my shit.
Yeah.
Peekaboo. I just put some
Oh,
boogers
that
on my
shit too.
chain.
That shit.
Peekaboo.
I do when it's only brain.
Peekaboo.
It's like Kendrick Lamar had like no teeth or some shit. That nigga like turned into like gums. Peekaboo.
What you talking about? You talking about nothing? What you talking about? You talking about nothing? What you talking about? You talking about nothing? What you talking about? You talking about? Nigga, I be whispering that shit to niggas' ears.
I still can't say it.
Chike on there. That nigga's hard. I've heard some of his like shit. He's coming. I think he's dropping an album. He's trying to roll with the steam right now. He's hard. I think he should sign to PG Lang. To be honest with you, and no homo. Just because there's kids, I'm a grown ass man. But kids, when they see this shit, they be like, oh, you guys say no homo, so I'll say it for you guys. But Aze Cheek is a handsome guy, bro. He's a handsome guy. I think he has like sex appeal. Like girls.
Who are you
fuck with
talking
him.
about right now?
Yeah, I know
AZ
who you're
Chike.
talking about.
He's the one
I'ma look him up.
on
I'ma look him
Peekaboo.
up.
He's the one on Peekaboo.
Easy.
Peekaboo.
That's
AZ
what this nigga looks
Chike.
like.
He's the feature on GNX album.
I didn't look what this nigga looks like.
Easy.
Yeah, guy, Kendrick Lamar performed his verse
No, I know.
at
but
Super Bowl and everything.
I understand, bro, but
Chike.
I didn't look up what this nigga look like.
He's a West Coast artist. AZ Chike.
This nigga looks like he does.
Tell me he's
porn.
not handsome. He looks like he does what?
He got
Looks like
a
porn.
He looks like he does porn.
he got a clean cut, bro. That nigga.
Clean cut, handsome
ass
guy.
Skin is smooth. Pause.
Skin is smooth as fuck.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah.
That's what. But if you were Diddy, you would take him down. Because last week you said if you were Diddy, you wouldn't take down Terrence Howard. You would take down Tyrese. How about
What
AZ
year
Chike?
What year am I as Diddy in this situation?
Prime.
Prime Diddy? Yeah, because that's young Diddy. This nigga's young. If I'm older Diddy, I want older men at that point.
Yeah. With consent, because
With consent.
Diddy tried to get the consent
You
from
need
Terrence
consent when they're
Howard.
older?
Oh yeah, Diddy tried to get the consent from Terrence Howard, but it wasn't happening. And
that's
AZ
my-
Chike might slap the shit out of Diddy. He might stab him in his ear.
You know what it is, bro? Because it's how I look at it is like how I am straight. So if I because I'm straight, I will never like fuck a younger girl. It makes me uncomfortable. It's like, damn, bitch, you're young as fuck. Like, if you're 21, ew. Like that's gross to me. If I was gay, I think I'd have the same energy.
My thing is like if a girl
can't
just
fuck a
looks
young
young,
nigga.
a girl could be 45, but if the girl looks 13, it's like I'm saying like if she just looks young,
No,
it's like whew,
that's just nasty.
it's an odd situation.
But I see it the same way with like older women. I would never in my life try to fuck on like a 40-year-old. It makes me uncomfortable.
For real?
Bro, I couldn't, bro.
Man.
I tried it once.
Let
You
a
niggas
good-
know the situation.
bro,
I couldn't do it. Bro, I
Send a
couldn't do that
40
shit.
on my
So
way, bro.
so everyone online,
That's
a lot
experience.
of people online are saying that era, Kendrick
Yeah.
Lamar's era, but meanwhile Drake is still teasing his album. It's rumored to be the solo album, etc. Do you guys think that? First of all, is he dropping it soon? Second of all, is it good? Like, how good is it? And is it gonna like? And third of all, is it gonna fucking like disprove this dot era shit that people keep saying, right? Because the dot era, you gotta be going crazy, and I think Kendrick Lamar has the potential to go crazy. He could run a whole nother decade, the same way Drake
You
ran a
think so?
decade. Kendrick Lamar can run another decade.
You think Kendrick Lamar has a decade in him at this age in his life? With he struggled 5 years to make content.
I think he does.
Yeah, but that content was like woke shit, though.
You can't underestimate him. He's too good. He's too good. He's Kendrick Lamar. He's too good.
I think the artistic process starts to deteriorate once you get a certain age.
Uh,
You just run out of it. It's a natural
I
thing.
felt that way
Nigga,
when
but
we
Drake
missed
is
morale.
older. Drake
I was
is
like,
older
damn,
than
like
that nigga,
Kendrick,
bro.
like it was
No,
underwhelming.
and I think Drake's running out of it too. I think they all are.
I thought
think
Kendrick,
Cole's
but I
leaving.
kind of felt that way with Mr. Morale, and then he proved me wrong with this whole beef and GNX shit. You could get a fire under your back, under your ass, however.
How long does that last? Bro, Picasso was like 40 when he started making some butt. Kanye's 40, he's making some butt.
If Kendrick starts grabbing West Coast niggas, this shit could be for a while.
That's different.
Start producing West Coast niggas albums, helping them
That's
out,
different.
working with them more.
That's different.
Do like a collab album with YG.
I think Kendrick's gonna end up being like a Dr. Dre.
He could do some shit like that.
That's different.
That would be real dot era shit.
That's very different than just
Sign
Kendrick
a big
albums.
act. Sign a big act.
Kendrick's solo albums, I don't see them moving forward that big. Because if we compare Drake's run and then Kendrick's dot era run, you think Kendrick's gonna be selling 600K units the way Drake was off solo albums? That's kind of crazy.
And the dot era conversation is very interesting because obviously in that statement, like saying it's dot era, etc., you're acknowledging what it was before. It wasn't his era. It was the Drake era. You know what I'm saying? In that statement, dot era, you're acknowledging, oh, this is a replacement of what was already here. Which I think a lot of the fans in the stands, specifically the stands in the comments and shit, they don't acknowledge. Like, they always just want to be purely one-sided, when in reality, Drake and Kendrick Lamar might never be friends again ever in life, but there is their respect there. Because if not, they wouldn't acknowledge each other at all.
Facts.
They would just completely move on. The same way Drake completely moved on from the Pusha T, you could tell a nigga, like, he didn't respect him, especially because it went to, like, the 40 shit. He was like, you're talking about my friend's health. He lost respect for him. God bless, right? Pusha T probably the same with Drake. That's why he's never mentioned him back. And plus, he fucking did what the damage he needed to do. But it's just something that I feel like, you know, is interesting. I think it is the start of the dot era, but is it going to really continue? Because Drake is Drake. The same way Kendrick Lamar is Kendrick Lamar, Drake is still Drake.
Bro, I think
I'll never be naive to the fact.
I'm going to stick to my narrative. We in year 17 for Drake, 16. I'll say the same thing I said for All Your Dogs. That nigga shit starting to sound like some ass. Starting to sound like some ass, Vic. Here's the thing. I know what ass looks like. I love eating ass. When I see some ass, nigga, I know it's some ass. The lyrics is starting to get lackluster. The music. The only way Drake stays alive here is if he continues to ride a young nigga wave. But Playboy don't like you no more. So who
But
you
he
gonna be?
still likes him though. He still likes him. He was talking about it on Adin Ross. He was like doing the Sia shit and all of that.
You fucks with him?
Huh?
Really?
Drake?
Yeah.
Drake said
night?
Sia and shit like that on the fucking thing.
He might have been
When he was
trolling him.
when he was talking about that girl that was boxing and shit like that, like he's like, oh, she came out of the ring, doing shit, and he's like, Sia at the end. You didn't see that?
Oh, no. I'll
I
look
see
it up
that
right
shit.
now.
Yeah.
I thought that you had no Drake in your algorithm, bitch.
Well, we're talking about
you had Cardi in your algorithm,
we're talking about Instagram.
You got a car? You got Cardi in your
got
algorithm?
Cardi?
Instagram. I don't got it. I got
What's
it.
going on?
I got it on TikTok for sure.
How would I find it?
Not
think?
Instagram though. Don't peep my Instagram.
Oh, right here, maybe.
Really? That one girl in the white trunks.
He looks like shit.
Bro, horrible.
Some ex-Amena. No, I know her name's Yamena. Yamena. Okay. No, she got out of the ring and was still like, like she was like still like, yeah. Bro, oh my god, I can't. You liked it?
Yeah, that was a clear Sia. Okay.
Yeah. That might have been a troll.
You think it could be kind of like a...
I hope it's
It could be interpreted either way.
Because he's such a fucking loser if it is.
If it's like in a negative way, like making fun of Cardi's ad lib.
Oh my... Like, bro.
But he was a huge Cardi fan.
Huge Cardi fan. He loves Cardi.
I think he's still I think he's still willing to eat his dick.
How about damn.
I mean, that's what Cardi stands are.
No, that was Ragnar Marlowe's eat a dick comment. How about have Drake doing Adin Ross's stream again?
Stupid.
People are upset with Drake doing Adin Ross's stream because they feel like Drake should do real hip hop journalism, do real interview, real content,
This is all
etc.
this steak money, bro.
But I'm looking at it from a business perspective. Everything that Drake has done has been a business move. Drake could have easily gone to Canada, back to Canada, Toronto, do his own version of what Kendrick Lamar did in the LA, do a Drake pop out, do like a Drake something. He didn't. What did he do? He went on tour, sponsored by Steak, Anita Max Win Tour in Australia. Why? Because he got a fucking bag. He's a businessman, so he got a bag. He probably got way more money in Australia than he would have gotten by doing any shows in America. Because they'll just pay you more just because it's travel. Bro, there's artists that wouldn't sell 10 tickets in America, but they're legendary hip-hop acts. But they still wouldn't sell 10 tickets in America.
They'll sell a million
They'll
in
sell
Europe.
out 1 million tickets overseas.
Joe Budden.
Different countries.
Joe Budden.
People don't understand that.
Joe Budden.
So you think that in Australia, Drake's getting a little bag? He's getting the double bag, maybe the triple bag. And this time, he didn't have nobody. He didn't even have an opening act. He didn't have Drake Cole by himself.
Eminem can do stadium tours right now in fucking...
Eminem come to the world.
in Europe. Yeah. Like all them soccer stadiums, he could sell every single one of them out.
So it's a business play. Stake. Drake is sponsored by Stake. Stake is a betting app, right? So every time he goes on Adin Ross's stream, it's a Stake stream. They're playing and gambling with money on Stake.
You would think that Stake owns him.
Drake might have ownership in Stake at this point. It's a business move. Now, I would prefer Drake to do some real interviews, real conversations, 100%. But Adin Ross has basically equity in Stake. If he's going to do a Stake stream with a streamer, he's going to do it with Adin Ross. It's just business. And he also has a friendship and a relationship with Adin Ross. Also,
I think it's dumb, though. Just because of Adin Ross's reputation.
Adin Ross has never been a great interviewer. He's always sucked as interviewer.
Bro, you know
we
what?
can't expect Adin Ross to be a journalist. You're going to get Adin Ross when you get Adin Ross.
You know what throws me off about that shit, bro? You talking about they got friendships and shit like that. He's still mad awkward.
Who? Adin Ross.
Aiden.
I think because he doesn't want to talk about certain things. Because
Yeah.
in that moment, he could have been like, "Oh, you fuck with Cardi's album?" Or
But if
are you cool with Cardi?
if you're good friends and shit like that, you're gonna have that conversation.
They probably have it behind the scenes though.
Don't matter, cause bro, just bring it up.
Bring it up
you
right
don't want,
there, right?
You don't want to talk about it.
Or maybe Drake told him before the stream, "Yo, let's not talk about these certain things."
But he wouldn't bring up the ad lib then.
And he wouldn't bring up the Kendrick fighting thing, the joke that he made. That's true.
What you guys are talking about is the exact reason why he won't do real media. Because then he gets asked real questions, he has to answer them. In this environment, he can make these little jokes and Aiden's never going to question him. Because Aiden's job isn't to actually do journalism.
He loves subliminals. That's what.
He wants the opportunity to promote himself and sneak diss without having to explain himself.
Literally.
That's what this is. But my thing is, you can do that on other people's platforms. Why do you keep running to Adin Ross? Because that was people's frustration too. Is like Adin Ross is corny, and like he's kind of a culture vulture. You could have went to Black Boy Max, who's been blowing up off what you're doing.
I think it was because if we're being realistic, I think that Adin Ross is a pioneer in the streaming space and a pillar of the streaming community. He is significantly important to the streaming community. Without Adin Ross, you wouldn't see a lot of these other motherfuckers out here. So, as an OG with that respect, and an extremely business savvy guy that still makes millions of dollars, from a business perspective, I'm not surprised.
But the Black Boy
it's
Max,
bound to happen.
Black Boy Max stream makes more sense business wise.
The Black Boy Max stream makes more sense business wise, but again, to what degree? Not to Drake's business, because Drake works for Stake.
Did they gamble on that
Adin
stream?
Ross is banned from Twitch.
Did they gamble on that stream?
That's the
Yeah.
other issue there. It's the Twitch
Adin Ross
issue.
is banned from Twitch, so Drake can't go. If Stake works with Kick, Adin Ross is on Kick.
Yeah.
Stake owns Kick. Drake only ever streams on Kick. Then it's gonna be a Kick situation.
Yeah.
So if you don't understand what Kick is, if you don't understand the streaming community, then you're gonna be like how a lot of these people be like, why is he going on Adin Ross at all?
No, it's definitely
It's like there's a
why.
reason.
Yeah.
Now if you say like, oh, I know there's a reason, and Adin Ross still sucks. Okay, I agree with you. I get what you're saying. Like he sucks at the interview aspect, but Adin Ross still delivers the moments. You know what I'm saying? We're still gonna get viral moments no matter what from Adin Ross. So if you're Drake and Drake plays a social media game, he goes along with Adin Ross, you're always gonna get viral click moment. Is Adin Ross? Him and Adin Ross just being next to each other is viral already.
I get it. My thing is, if you want to promote that you still got it in your tank and you got fire music, I'm making a song on Black Boy Max's stream.
That would have been hard.
That would have blown up.
That would have destroyed the internet.
That would have destroyed because this is what he's
it
known
can still
for.
come.
I hope so, because that should be the play here.
It could still come.
Because I'm watching that fucking the yacht song with Rob 49 in them. That's blowing up, Vic.
Yeah.
It's getting traction. They worked on that song on that stream. Like there's songs that are coming from that stream that are making waves, and I'm like, okay, I see what's happening.
Because Drake went on the radar.
Yeah.
He's gone on these freestyle platforms. Tim Westwood, or it was that other guy, Charlie Sloth, BBC, or like, you know what I'm saying? All them shits.
Yeah,
You get me?
That's just crazy, no?
He did all that shit. He could go on Blackboy Max. He could do that.
Mm-hmm.
He can do that. Freestyle on there, do some shit on there, premiere a song on there, here we record it, have Blackboy engineer it. It could still happen.
Yeah.
But on his own time, we still got to see. Because he still was promoting, but it's like subliminal shit. I got to slap. That's what he said. I got to slap. Right? And Adin was like, can you play me some music? And he didn't want to play no music. He didn't want to play no nothing. He didn't even want to really play it off camera either.
He could also do Carson.
He could do Kaisa, but
If you're not looking for a real interview and just a viral moment, Carson.
chilling with Kaisa,
Yeah. Carson hasn't had someone on the grip, like a real artist, like a major
I feel like Drake
artist.
and Kendrick can go on Kaisa
Yeah.
separately.
That'd be
They
fun.
don't got to cover no beef shit.
That'd be dope.
Just vibing. You could do content that way.
Yeah.
But listen, I'm frustrated, but I understand it. I understand the business play. That's all I'm trying to say. If you know Steak, if you understand Kick, how it works, that's why Drake's doing it. But I would love a fucking real deal interview, even if Drake drops it on his own YouTube channel. It could be himself talking to the camera or like something. But we might not get that anytime soon. We might not get, because if we get a real interview with answers, then the allure is gone
Yeah.
of the beef.
Yep.
Because if we get the answers, then there's no more money to be made. There's no more subliminals that don't make sense. There's no more algorithm game. Drake has to still be vague. Kendrick Lamar still has to be vague. They're keeping the ball rolling.
You know what's funny?
That's the
too?
unfortunate side, but the realistic side of the shit.
The funnier thing too was keeping a lot of these like hip hop journalists relevant in this moment is their outrage.
Yeah.
Because the only reason people care about Elliot Wilson right now, and it's respect to a legend, but the reason why you're blowing up is because you're calling out Drake for the fact that he won't sit down with someone like you, who he's already sat down with, and we got a real interview out of him
Yeah.
when you did it. And it's shit like that. When you see that reaction from all the different sides, you're right. These niggas are never gonna stop this.
They're never going to stop it.
It's too much money, too much traction, too much publicity.
It's petty wars and then doing petty games, and it creates pettiness on social media.
That makes
I would love
everyone
an
money.
Elliot Wilson, Drake, and B-Dot rap radar again, but there's not even a rap radar. They're not even interviewing people no more. You know, and also on top of that, Elliot always taking the jabs at Drake, and because Drake blocked him, everything that happened, which I understand, you can't expect a Drake interview.
No.
So he probably just obviously mad at the fact that we're not getting any Drake interview for real anywhere, which I get that.
Who can
But
do
I
it
hope
at
he's
this
not
point?
expecting one himself, because I feel like obviously that would be unrealistic. Who can interview him?
Us.
Us.
Us, yes.
Academics?
No.
I think academics could.
Nah,
Stop
I
it,
think he
Vic.
might swallow his shit too
He will
much.
swallow his shit.
But
This
that
is
would be the
issue.
challenge for it to happen. I feel like academics would maybe contemplate and be like, people are expecting me to be a certain way, right? Maybe I should try to be unbiased.
Because when I'm thinking about it, bro, there is no one that's unbiased except probably the woman. I forgot her name. That used to be on Hot 97.
Laura Stiles?
No.
Shout out to Laura Stiles.
I'll think of her name in a second.
Nessa? Shout out to Nessa.
No, it's not Nessa either.
Goodness.
I had her name in my head too. She did the famous J. Cole interview back in the
The black girl.
No, the what is her name? Why can't I think right now? Spanish. What is her name, bro?
Oh, Angie Martinez, a legend.
Angie Martinez. Yes, Angie Martinez is the only one that's non-biased because Ebro's biased as fuck.
Angie Martinez will make niggas cry.
Yeah, Angie Martinez will get a great interview out of Drake, like a non-biased interview, because Ebro hates that nigga. Charlemagne hates that nigga. DJ Academics is on that nigga's dick. Vlad is a snitch. Like there's just this is the only person that I could really think of. Elliot hates him too at this point. Like there's when you really think about like major hip hop media, you name me one person that either doesn't love this nigga or hate him.
Yeah.
Who can actually be like give you a real conversation with this nigga?
Oh, no, 100%. And definitely Vlad's not getting an interview because Vlad recently, which plays into the snitch narrative,
Vlad is a cop, bro. He's
he
a cop.
teased that Drake might have some legal shit, did some shit in the hills when he moved to the Hidden Hills.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So like him saying that also waters down his chances of ever getting a Drake interview if there ever was gonna be a
He's
chance.
a cop, bro.
So it's like him doing that, which I was shocked he did. I'm like, damn, Vlad, now motherfucker's gonna call you a snitch again.
Yeah.
A cop again. Don't do that, Vlad.
Besides us, there's only one other person I think that would kill it, and it's Joe Budden, because of the relationship they've had for years, and it would. But they'll never do it because of that fact. They know too much about each other.
Yeah.
But if they sat down together, that would be the most diabolical conversation I ever heard in my life.
It would have to be one-on-one.
It would have to be.
It can't be with the crew. With
Nope.
the crew. It
It
can't
has
be
to
with the
just
crew.
be them two.
It can't be with the crew.
1-on-1 each
Yeah,
each in a cage.
It'd be a chess match.
It would have to be one-on-one for like 5 hours.
Yeah, literally. Because those two have known each other for years, Marlon. For years.
That'd be
They used to
crazy.
go on dinners together. If they sat down and had a conversation, you'd get the truth of something.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be insane.
Also over the weekend that went viral, Chris Brown. This might be the year that Chris Brown kind of has like a comeback, because he still is Chris Brown, but there's a sense of him getting blackballed after the Rihanna incident, the Karrueche allegations, or the Karrueche just public fights with Karrueche. But Chris Brown last year, or this year, it was this year, Chris Brown, he won an R&B Album of the Year Grammy. After that Grammy, Residuals still blowing up. Extremely amazing song. I think maybe the best R&B song in the past couple years, next to Mutt, Leon Thomas. And then now we got Chris Brown doing the impossible. Him and Karrueche,
Old work.
his ex-girlfriend, who he hasn't been seen publicly. I think the last time we saw them publicly, like officially together, was like 2015, 2016, almost 10 years ago, when they were outside and he was like arguing with her and he was like chasing her. And he had like the famous photo when he has his hands like this, like looking at her.
And they had the restraining order.
And then the
everything.
restraining order, the stuff that was happening. That was the last time. Now we got him at Coachella. What do they be saying? Kikiing.
Kiki with his old work.
Kikiing, how they say, with Karrueche. Karrueche laughing and him joking
Showing her teeth.
publicly, right? Now they could have had a friendship this whole time privately. There was instances that went viral where Karrueche would leave a place and then Chris Brown would leave the place minutes after, and vice versa. That's happened multiple times, but it's like, hey, it's Hollywood, it's LA, shit happens all the time. It's like, oh, who knows? Now this confirms that they obviously have a friendship, you know, unless that was the reunion in person. That would be even crazier. That'd be like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? Because for those who don't remember, Karrueche has gone on to date other celebrities in the public, etc. For example, Victor Cruz, former Giants NFL player. And then she made a post with him, and then Chris Brown would leave like a comment. You know, he would leave comments like subliminally teasing and talking about Karrueche. To the point also that people tie the song Residuals to Karrueche, right? And if I read the Residual lyrics, let's see. Because if that's the case, this nigga dropped an R&B song that's timeless about his ex, and he might have gotten her back, right? If this plays out to be something else. As of right now, obviously friends,
Nah, they're
God
just
bless.
smiling, Kiki.
they're just
Who
smiling,
knows?
you
Who
know.
knows?
But if we want to have some fun and be a little messy, let's be a little messy, right? But he says,
She was thinking about that third leg.
don't know when my nights became so complicated. Damn, what did you just say? Did you just say that? That Chris Brown? God bless. I mean, he has to do it at this point.
Bro, you gotta have one, bro.
Don't know when my nights became so complicated. Can't recall my mornings ever being this faded. Maybe this is karma. Definition of jaded. This stays on my mind. Trying to put a muzzle on my crazy feelings. 1 minute I'm cool, the next I'm tripping.
This nigga's sociopathic. Why are you singing it like R. Kelly?
With somebody new,
Nah,
I
this
swear
this
that don't
sounds like a
deserve
R.
this.
Kelly harmony, bro.
Wasted on my mind. She's still on my mind. Did we build it up? Build it up just to let it wash away. Tell me, did I lace you up? Lace you up just to watch you run away. Please tell me who's getting all my love? Who's
gonna
getting
sing the
all
whole
my
thing.
time? All that used to be mine. Who did I teach you? Who did you teach what I taught you? Better not give him my nickname. Don't like thinking about it. I swear it's wearing me down. Who's getting all of my Who's getting all of my residuals? It's like he's talking about her, right? He's like, oh, he's talking about her. And now he got her back? What is going on? I think that Chris Brown, what's next? Rihanna has an album coming. Chris Brown might be on the Rihanna album. You know what I'm saying? Is it out of the realm of possibility? It's not. Rihanna forgave them. They have moved on. They publicly have shown each other love, right? And that was the main issue that started the whole... To this day, people hate Chris Brown. And they have every single right to, in a sense, like, oh, if you are, okay, God bless. But if the individuals involved in the situation have both moved on, then it's safe for fans to consider themselves to move on from that as well, right? Because they've healed, they've moved on. We could get Chris Brown on the Rihanna album. I don't think it's out the realm of possibility. Because remember, Chris Brown was watching her performance at the Super Bowl, singing along, like showing support for that. There's no, as of right now, from what I remember, there's no beef with him and A$AP Rocky. They've worked together. There's no beef like that. That shit is possible. And if it's possible, at that point, we got to give it to Chris Brown. We got to give it to him at that point. If this nigga is on the Rihanna album after reuniting with Karrueche, getting Karrueche back, or just, it's like, it's unbeatable. The guy's unbeatable. He's truly God's son.
You really love Chris Brown.
I think Chris Brown's amazing.
You really like.
I hate that he does. I talked about it last week, and his fans were calling me haters on TikTok. Hater, you're a hater. Your girl must have bought a meet and greet ticket. You're a hater.
No way they said that shit.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, no.
Your girl get tossed like a
no.
salad.
I just find it weird how he does the gangbanging shit on social media and always just talks about it.
Yeah,
like you be it, okay, but don't stop talking about it on social media.
So
Remember we covered it in here when they were at during the height of the social media height of Israel and Palestine. He made a post like, don't ask me about no fucking Israel and Palestine. I'm a Pyru. Like, nigga, what the fuck are you talking about? Who cares about you being a Pyru? There's millions of people, not millions, but there's people dying.
Thousands of people
Thousands of people dying.
Yeah.
By Pyrus.
And you're talking about you being a Pyru. It just didn't make sense to me.
Yo, that nigga's so stupid. Cause it's like, bro, this nigga, yo, he takes any opportunity to say he's a blood, bro. Cause
it's like, damn, bro. But God bless.
Like,
you still is Chris Brown. He still got hits.
The niggas in Gaza don't know what a fucking Pyru is, bro.
My God.
Niggas said that shit like it mattered to the situation.
They're gonna be like, the pyramids? You mean the pyramids? The pyramids?
I'm a Pyru.
But I'll play the clip behind me too for those who didn't see it. This clip has gone viral of Karrueche and Chris Brown reuniting right here.
Before you play that, Jay Juan with the 199 in the building. Thanks for Turn Up. I'm sorry.
Turn Up New England.
Yeah, the Turn Up New England.
Yes, sir. Shout out to J1, Turn Up
Shout
New
out
England.
to you, my G.
Appreciate you.
Bro.
Round of applause for Turn Up New England. Successful event. 100 kids, Rhode Island students, Rhode Island high schoolers. I was able to talk to them. It was an amazing experience. I'm always grateful for that type of opportunity. So shout out to Juan for doing that, especially over there in Connecticut at the Fox Towers. That shit was crazy.
That shit was dope.
Food was good as fuck. Had to take my jacket off. I started sweating when I was biting into that damn salmon. It was so good.
You are hilarious.
Here we got Chris Brown and Karrueche. The video that's gone viral at Coachella, right? And also, shout out to Coachella because Coachella's reuniting Chris Brown, Karrueche. We got rappers like Yeet, YG, celebrities publicly walking around high out of their mind. YG's jaw was like going like this.
Oh no, yeah, he looked like he about to get a jaw lock.
And then Yeet was like, his eyes were like going back. And like he had to hide his eyes during an interview. Because at Coachella, people turn the fuck up.
No,
like
they get high as fuck.
It's almost like Woodstock. Like they just do drugs. Like it's crazy. Like these celebrities do drugs. It's insane. God bless. And now I hope it's not the drugs that had Karrueche and Chris Brown had this interaction. But this shit felt like AI. I thought people were lying. Look at this. Normani in the middle just chilling. You got your ex-girlfriend laughing.
He was flirting, bro. He
made
was
your
like,
ex-girlriend laugh.
He's like, oh,
Nigga,
what?
she's showing pure teeth, nigga. Oh,
got Karrueche showing all her teeth. It's Chris Brown, nigga. Meanwhile,
Chris Brown.
what did he tell Kai? Didn't he tell Kai we spoke about it? Doesn't he have like 5 girlfriends or something?
Yeah.
I got 5 situations. What?
The nigga's Neo.
What is going on? And now you got Karrueche maybe back in your bag?
That's 6.
What's going on?
That's 6, bro.
Residuals. The shit works. Shit works. So if you want to get your ex back, make a hit record and win a Grammy. And you might.
He's not winning a Grammy.
You might.
Did he win a Grammy?
That's why he won R&B album Grammy.
They gave it to him?
100%. But he didn't get it on camera.
That's why.
That's why it kind of feels like still like news. Like, remember, he won a Grammy. He won a Grammy. People forget that shit.
No, that's an amazing album. He deserved the Grammy, but damn, I didn't know they were going to give it to him.
We reacted to that with Chev, no?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. Shout out to Chev.
Shout out to Chev.
Biggest Chris Brown fan in the world.
In the world, bro. Nigga,
Residuals.
nigga's Asian Chris Brown.
We have celebrities going to space right now. Today, celebrities went to space because of Jeff Bezos' company, Blue Origin, right?
Dumb as fuck.
Gayle King, for example, famous names like Gayle King, Katy Perry, Lauren Sanchez, right? Katy Perry sung in space,
No, she
Gayle
didn't.
King said. And people online were saying,
For real? All
damn,
I heard was screams, bro.
people were saying like, damn, that's why they came down so fast because she started singing. They're like, oh, we got to get back down. Let's go back down to earth. Bro, Gayle King, though, looked like
She was fed the fuck up.
like she regretted that shit. She
Yeah.
looked like she had to take a shit. Like she was panicking. Like her face was almost turning pale. Like she almost like changed into like a white woman, and her, like literally before her eyes, like her face was like turning pale. She was hugging Oprah, and Oprah was like emotional. It was like a send off. It was crazy, bro.
Nigga, yo, Taylor Perry got off that flight and
Wait,
immediately.
who?
That's a Taylor Perry.
Katy Perry.
Tyler Perry.
Yeah, I mixed it up words.
No, Medea didn't go to the space, bro.
Katy
Not
Perry
Medea.
got off that off that spaceship and kissed the floor.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck they
but
doing in
funny,
space.
The funny part is, bro, is that she kissed the floor, but she put down like something to kneel on and then kissed the floor. Bitch, you put your lips on the dirt.
Yeah.
And you worried about your knees, bitch?
Yeah, you're not a real sucker.
Bro, and they were in space for 4 minutes. Zero
You're not a
gravity
real sucker, it's
space.
crazy.
Zero gravity space. I'm gonna show the pictures in a second, but they were in space for 4 minutes. Katy Perry held up what did it say? A daisy? She held up a daisy, a flower, and she says that daisies are common flowers, but they grow through condition. They're resilient, they're powerful. So she held up a flower in space. She sung "What a Wonderful World," specifically the song in space. Right. Another picture, Lauren Sanchez, the fiance to Jeff Bezos, Amazon boss. She was clinging onto the rail and smiling. There was a former NASA rocket scientist as well, Aisha Bowe, representing the Bahamas. She had a patch representing the Bahamas as well on the actual flight. Gayle King is 70 years old. God damn. Damn.
She's 70 what?
70 years old.
I'll rip that apart. Yo, put the camera on me. Put the camera on me. Put the camera on me.
What?
Yo, I'll have Gayle King like this. I'll go a fuck.
Gayle King is beautiful.
Nigga, I'll have it like this. Yo, like shaking in the air like that. What are you talking about, bro?
My God. Listen,
Go back to Vic.
I'm gonna ask why. Why did
Why would he do that?
why did
not?
people fly to space Blue Origin? Because I think didn't they have to pay $1 million? Doesn't he do? He's doing like a program, right?
Yeah, it's probably to get people accommodated to going into space.
The new flight is aimed to inspire a new generation of explorers to demonstrate the potential of space tourism. Right? There's an all-female crew. The Blue Origin. Let me see. What's the Blue Origin cost of the flight? I swear it's like $1 million. Cost to fly. Oh, Blue Origin's orbital flights typically are going to cost, now they're saying, in a range from $200,000 to $500,000 per seat. Right? A seat in the first flight was auctioned off for $28 million.
That's insane.
Someone paid $28 million for a seat in the first flight to the space with Blue Origin. Wow. And you need a deposit to reserve a seat. Guess how much?
Half.
$150,000 deposit.
Nigga, that's...
Let's be honest, that's pocket change to them, bro.
That's insane.
Would you guys pay that amount of money
No.
to fly to space if you had it?
No. Bro, Elon Musk is about to do it with SpaceX.
For 4 minutes.
Elon Musk is about to do it with SpaceX.
It's probably going to be better, too.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to one up Jeff Bezos.
He's trying to do
Them niggas is the real Kendrick and
I
Drake.
don't- I don't
Jeff
want-
Bezos and Elon.
No, it's
that's
true,
the
bro.
real Kendrick and Drake.
Yo, Elon's trying to get rid of airplanes. So you could travel to China right now in 20 minutes through a spacecraft. That's what he's trying to do. That's the goal. So
Bro, look at the photo right here.
Fuck, I'm not gonna spend $200K when I'm gonna have space travel like airplanes.
For those who haven't seen it, here's the photo right there. Boom. In space.
That's hilarious.
Unless it was CGI. They filmed it in
Bro,
Hollywood.
that woman in the back, if you look at her face, bro, it's like squished. That photo he looks kind of fake. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Nah, but this is a screenshot though. This video. This video. That's a dope photo. Don't get me wrong.
Who's that one on the left?
It sounds funny. That's Lauren Sanchez right there. That's Jeff Bezos' wife.
All right,
Be
Jeff.
careful, Marlon.
take that.
Be
Nah.
careful, Marlon. Be
Jeff,
careful,
Jeff.
Marlon.
I would have been on
You
that.
might never get an Amazon package at your house ever again, my nigga.
I would have been
That
on that.
shit gonna be. They gonna send that shit to Mars.
I saw how she was looking at Leonardo DiCaprio. She's
Jeff.
fast. Yo, she's green, nigga. She's
Yo,
green.
Jeff.
She's green,
okay.
Listen, they
Jeff.
said Leonardo DiCaprio never got an Amazon package sent
Yo,
again to his
Jeff
house
Bezos
again.
gotta be
She's
wrapping that
green.
dick with money, nigga.
Nigga,
'cause
I'll be
what
on
the
that.
fuck?
I'll be in that spaceship sucking so much breast.
Here's the Katy Perry.
Space
Speaking
breasts.
of breasts, shout out to the beautiful Katy Perry. I didn't know she had blue eyes.
She looks old as fuck there.
I'll still suck it. What are you talking about?
She's a beautiful woman.
I'll take it down.
Listen,
Nah, Katy Perry can get it.
the fact that this happened is very interesting, but it goes to show you
I want her to sing fireworks.
we have literally we've reached now a different level
Of course.
of life
Yeah.
as humans,
Yeah.
where now you can pay so much money
To go on a flight to space.
to go on a flight to space.
Well,
Like-
technically,
you can-
technically not space. Like
Space
Yeah,
orbit.
they were saying it's like the layers to the space.
yeah, it's like orbit or some shit like that. Well, like atmosphere.
Because they're not actually going to real space.
Regardless, they got, bro. For lack of better terms, they got balls because I ain't doing that shit.
If I had like crazy bread, like
No, I'm not doing it. Even if I had bread,
nah,
I'm not that curious, bro.
Nah, I would need Elon Musk bread. You give me Elon Musk bread, I'll do a lot of shit with Elon Musk bread.
I'll do a lot of shit too, but I'm not doing that.
I'd go up there just to be able to
Wanna
like
be like-
flash the world. Like out the window.
First man to
Just take my
moon.
cock out.
First man to moon out of a spaceship.
I would take my ass out of space. That'd be hard. That'd be hard, nigga.
Niggas and intestines are coming out his ass, bro.
But this is the thing. This can go down a dark path.
Oh, what I doubt.
We might get space porn soon.
Oh,
I'm with
I'm
it.
waiting for it.
I'm with it.
Yeah. You ever see nut in the air just float?
No, nigga, I've never seen that.
bitch
That shit
float
gotta
o-
be
hold
interesting,
on,
though.
Hold on, bitch float over and just catch it with her mouth.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be crazy.
And who would have to send up?
Nah, it has
That
to
gonna
be
send Violet Myers
No.
and then the little
Nah,
small
nah,
guy. What's
nah,
that guy's
bro.
name?
No.
What's that guy's name?
Stop it. Stop. Not the alien nigga.
The alien.
Nah.
Alien dick. Whatever his name
No,
is.
Alien
no,
dick is
no,
crazy.
no, bro.
Little alien.
Little
No,
alien.
no,
No.
And Violet Myers.
We
Nah.
sending a pro up there. You send like Lisa Ann or some shit, bro. You sending a
Can't
real
send
heavy.
Lisa Ann up there,
You
nigga, she
sending
dies,
Lisa
bro.
Ann, nigga.
God sends her back down for all the fucking sins she's committed.
Get it
She
shut
comes
down
down
right
like
there.
a burning ball.
That shit getting struck by lightning up
Lisa
there,
Ann go up
nigga.
there, bro. That vagina falling apart.
Oh shit.
Oh
Yo, people keep posting their photo on Twitter like, damn, why the hell were we fucking beating off to this shit?
Oh no, Sarah J. You thinking of Sarah J?
Oh, am I bugging out?
Yeah, you're bugging
Oh,
out.
Lisa Ann's the brunette.
Brunette. Yeah.
Sarah J, the blonde.
Blonde.
They
That's
keep
the
posting the
slut.
blonde.
That's
Triple
y'all.
H.
Never. Nigga.
Nigga, you set that bitch up there with a pro with a hammer. You make a
Yo.
great porn, nigga.
Oh my god.
Bitch floats into the cock.
Oh my god.
Oh,
shit.
my God.
You ever float into penetration? That's crazy.
Shout out to new music. Ken Carson dropped his album over the weekend. I think it's an all right album, but it's a letdown, disappointing. Did not live up to a great chaos, and he called it more chaos, so it's like a deluxe damn near, but it doesn't live up to it. Shout out to the Ken Carson fans. A lot of them were agreeing with me. A lot of them were not agreeing with me. I don't care. I heard what I heard. There's a lot of shit on there that just sounds just like noise. That doesn't sound like it's like bad. Like it's just bad. But there's some shit on there that's good. The song we play with Cardi and Destroy Lonely is my shit right now. I'm turning off the meter. I'm fresh out the. Why the fuck are the lyrics? I'm off of the meter. I'm off of the meter. I'm off of the meter. And then the one that's like a 2000. He's like, my bitch is 19. I'm born in 1994 or some shit. I was born in 2000. This shit's hard. There's some hard shit on there. Yeah, it's just hard. Something like Uzi beat. Like Uzi will go crazy on there. I'm off of the meter. But it was a letdown. It was. You heard the whole album?
Yeah, it's a 30-pack of ass. Yo, you ever seen ass?
That's just
nigga?
30 tracks.
It's 30 tracks of ass.
30 tracks.
It's 30 tracks.
thinks
bro.
he
It's like
thinks-
30
yeah,
tracks.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
it's
okay,
so
okay,
bad,
okay.
bro. At first, I'm like, all right,
Motherfucker
maybe
really
they didn't
want me
mix
to
it
waste my
well.
time.
Maybe I wasn't hearing it on the right speakers, and then I kept going. I'm like, oh my god, this nigga made some ass. Yo, this nigga went in the studio and said, how could I not make good music? yo, bro, it's just distorted 808s, nigga. Loud as fuck. There's no sequence. There's no purpose in it. It's just noise, nigga. This nigga made noise, Mangu. You know when Ocean be playing with toys? That's what that shit sounds like, bro. That shit is noise. That shit's so bad. Oh my god.
My God, listen, no.
That shit scares the hoes away. That shit scares the mysterious niggas away. That shit is bad, bro. That is bad tunes, bro. Yo, all of you Ken Carson fans, you're fucking sick. He made you wait 3 years, beat the shit out of like 2 women in the meantime.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
We don't know what happened there.
And still drop some bullshit. That's fucking crazy. Opium is in terror, nigga.
Listen, but Destroy Lonely is dropping soon. And also, a Destroy Lonely and Ken Carson collab album would go crazy. Especially if they execute it properly.
If it sounds like that, no.
It could go crazy, though, Noel. They have the potential. That shit could be
hope so.
insane. And don't get me wrong, Ken Carson still is like one of the leaders, if not the leader of like rage rap, because he does that sound to the strongest, right? It's between him and his own people. It's him when Cardi does it, when Destroy Lonely does it. There's no one else like with the rage rap rock type shit right now that really can compete with them when you think about it
No,
to their
there-
level, because they sell so much shows. Opium is so big.
Yeet's probably the only one.
Yeet maybe, but then his shit is not even really. He does rage a bit, but it's not.
It's like hype rage rap. It's very strange. I don't know what to call it.
And Yeet, bro, he's huge. Yeet did Coachella, and that shit was crazy. He was performing Drake songs and shit. He Feel No Ways. He premiered a new Bell song. And Yeet, yeah, Yeet's bigger than them.
That's if we listen to Suicide Boys. Yeah,
Not yet. All right, isn't it Homicide Gang? Oh, Suicide Boys. Okay, I know what you guys. Okay, you're talking about the white guys. Okay, I thought you were talking Homicide Gang from Opium. I got to check them out, and Suicide Boys. I did see Suicide Boys live when I went to go check out a Ski Mask or something.
Yeah,
He
they're
opened up for
cool.
them. They're cool. They're good people. They're very successful on tour. They have a strong core fan base. Shout out to Suicide Boys. Brand new season 7, I think, of Black Mirror on Netflix. Underwhelming. I watched the
I heard
whole
that shit was
season.
bad.
I feel like Black Mirror might be a hot take, but it's kind of hitting a wall, and it might be on a decline now, because Black Mirror, every episode would stand out because of the creative ideas and like, oh my God, this could potentially happen. Oh my God, this potentially happened. But they've done that so much that they might have ran out of ideas, because the ideas now are so similar to each other where it's predictable. Like, you know how the episode basically going to end when you start the episode. You're like, oh, that person's going to unalive themselves? Okay, I could tell. Okay. Oh, that's going to lead to, that person passing? Oh, you could just tell. It's too predictable. It's some good shit in there, right? For example, I think, what's the actress name? I want to say Rashida Jones, the actress. No. What's the name? I'll look it up right now. Famous. I don't want to say Rashida Jones. That's Quincy Jones' daughter, but that wasn't her in there. Black Mirror, season 7, episode 1. Episode 1 cast. It was a couple, right? It is Rashida Jones. Wow, okay. Rest in peace, Quincy Jones. So Rashida Jones is Quincy Jones' daughter. She's an actress, phenomenal. You guys have seen her. Once you see her face, you recognize her. She's been in mad shit. Famous from The Community. which was a comedy show that had no,
Trying
Parks
to-
and Rec. My bad,
Parks
Parks
and
and Rec. She was on that shit. So episode 1 of this new season is probably my favorite one of the season because even though it was predictable, it was entertaining and it was like it had aspects of this shit being realistic. Like if this could happen. So it's called Common People, and there's a couple, and then she ends up passing away, and then for him, he gets an opportunity. Hey, there's this new technology. Do you want to put this chip in her brain and keep her alive? Oh yeah, let's do it. Oh, what's the catch? Oh, you just gotta pay a monthly fee, a subscription. Oh, pay the subscription. She wakes up from the coma. She stays alive. Boom, what happens? Oh, there's you can only use it in this certain area. She can't leave the city. Oh, what? What is she has to pay more to leave the city? Yeah. Upgrade to the subscription. Rivermind Plus. Just like HBO Plus or whatever Plus. It's more money. Damn, fuck it, let's pay it. They're going broke, and it's like if you don't pay a subscription, she's dead.
That's sick as fuck.
It's crazy.
That's kind of a dope concept.
That's a dope
It's
concept.
a dope concept, but then it was just once you see it, and the episode's so long, it was like you know what was gonna happen. Like
Bro, I'll sit down and have a
eventually,
conversation.
eventually they're not gonna pay the subscription.
Baby,
She's
listen,
gonna die.
I'm gonna keep
That's
you
what
alive,
happened.
right? But this is all I can afford.
Yo,
And
imagine
you
that
staying
shit.
in this fucking house, bitch.
Yo,
Yeah.
babe, I can't afford you this week.
Most impressive part
It's crazy.
was the same way when you pay for something on a lower tier subscription. What happens? Ads, commercials. When you watch Netflix on the basic tier, ads, commercials.
She was doing commercials?
She was doing commercials
That's
she wasn't.
in real
hilarious.
life.
No, she wasn't.
And it'll be about whatever's around her.
That's
So she's
hilarious.
teaching class. She's a teacher. She's teaching class, and then she's talking about honeybees, and then randomly, honeybee, honey nugs. You can find honey in the honey nugs. And the kids were like,
Nah.
and then she, but then she forgets. Like she goes back to normal, and then the kids would talk about what she said. They were like, "Oh, honey nugs," and she's like, "Honey nugs? What the hell are you talking about?" Oh, eventually
That's
she
fire.
finds
That's
out.
kinda
Oh,
fire, though.
I'm getting commercials. That's what it is. Yeah.
That's kind of fire.
Oh yeah, you're getting commercials because
Marloon.
you're on this certain tier.
She should have became like an OnlyFans or some shit like that, so she
Marloon.
has money to pay for the higher tier shit.
Marloon, yo, I'm gonna let you know something. If I'm throttling a bitch, right, and she starts hitting me with an ad about like lubricant, I'm leaving, bro.
Nah, fuck the
And then-
lubricant. She
and
hits
then-
you with an ad about making your shit larger, then I'm leaving. Cause bitch, what you trying to say?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
and
saying?
and then there also is, during that moment, there was a moment where what happened was she, the boyfriend, husband, for money, there was like a dark website where people do dumb shit for money. They pull out their teeth anonymously. It's like dumb shit for dummies. And like it's like a potential thing that could happen in the future. You could see that happening. Like live stream anonymously. And then people join anonymously to donate money, and they raise it. Like once I reach $100, I'll pull out my eyebrow, I'll stab myself, whatever. I'll drink my piss. So the guy found out about that. He started doing it for money because he had to pay the subscription. It was crazy, bro. So that was dope, but it was still like predictable. It was long. It wasn't like shocking, because bro, Black Mirror, the first couple seasons are like so good. It's so crazy. It's like what the fuck? It's like. You never see nothing like it. Now it's reaching a point where it's like, damn, we waited almost 3 years for this. It's like, it's getting underwhelming. But I recommend people to still watch it because
running out
it's
of
still the
ideas.
shit. It's still Black Mirror. But yeah, they might be running out of ideas or something soon. Last of Us season 2, part 2. The Last of Us part 2,
I'm not
episode
watching
1.
that
I haven't
shit.
watched it yet. I was
They didn't
supposed to watch it.
recast her. They're stupid.
I don't know what happened. Don't say nothing. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
No, they didn't recast the
I
main
don't know if you're
person.
spoiling something, but
With
No.
the girl?
Because the
The one
thing
that
is,
they would
bro,
make fun of?
yeah, because season 2, bro, you need to understand.
no, because that's not what it is. No, I think it's because there's another girl that gets added, like when you play the video game.
No, bro.
Swear to God, it's some shit like that.
I played the video game.
because they have to recast people.
Vic, no, so listen, they kept the young girl.
Mm.
And I'm like, bro, in the video game, she's 16. This bitch is like 5. What are we doing here?
Yeah,
Bro, look it up. Like, there's scenes where it don't
let me
make
get
sense.
surprised. Let me get surprised.
You're gonna watch it, bro. It looks stupid as fuck.
Let me get
It
surprised.
looks so bad, bro.
But I'm gonna give you guys an update on that next week because I'm gonna watch it with Shawty. That's our show. Also, tragedy happened in the Dominican Republic. I covered it, went viral. Appreciate all your support and everyone that's spreading the news that I made that post. I didn't expect it to go that viral. A 3-minute video breakdown in English of what happened in the Dominican Republic. Millions of views. So shout out to everyone that was showing love to that. But it's very unfortunate that I even had to talk about that, but it had to be discussed, right? So for those who don't know, in the Dominican Republic, a famous nightclub in La Capital called Jet Set had the roof collapse. Why did the roof collapse? Because of lack of proper infrastructure, no inspection, and on top of the roof they had generators, they had AC units, and come to find out, it seems like they had stacked layers of cement to block the leaks that would happen. Instead of trying to cover up the leaks, they had a better chance, to be honest, of putting like a big ass tarp over the building to prevent leaks rather than stacking the cement blocks, because the cement blocks would just crack into each other, and then the pressure was weighing down the whole building. It's the owner, in my opinion, of the nightclub deserves to go to jail. Will it happen? No, it's not gonna happen, because the nightclub is infamous for being like the go-to spot. Like if you go to Jet Set, first of all, it's expensive ass tickets to go there. It's like a Jet Set like family. They're known for like the exclusivity and like almost like a hub or like a community that they have. So they just protect each other. But for this to happen, now it's been confirmed over 200 people dead. When I reported it was just under 100. Over 200 people dead. And they're right now not talking about any ramifications.
Of course not.
Nobody is being sued. No one knows what the fuck is happening legally, right? It's insane, right? It's insane. It's extremely sad. I want to send the condolences to everyone in the Dominican Republic, because it's one of the saddest times that we've ever experienced as Dominicans. Like there's so much like depression and just like a sense of like, it's sad. Right? It's a sad time. The energy, the whole aura is sad. But aside from that, there's been reports, and I have audio clips, and there's evidence of wild instances, right? There's people literally taking the dead people's bodies, purses, stealing their jewelry, taking their credit card information, right? Using it at gas stations, to the point that the gas stations now are asking people for their IDs because they have to verify who the hell the person is, right? And on top of that, there's reports of allegedly some of the cops, the first responder cops, being corrupt, right? Because the first responder cops allegedly would take money from the people. Because, again, Jet Set, rich club, hundreds of people in rubble. Some of them are surviving. Some of them are screaming for help. Allegedly, they were like offering their watch. Take my watch. I'll pay you. Help me first. Help me first. A tragedy. A complete tragedy. That shit, if that shit would have happened here in America, you know how many lawsuits there would be right now? Insane amount of lawsuits. Yeah. Insane. But it goes to show you the Dominican Republic suffers from a huge infrastructure and structure issue. That's divine. I'm going to walk him in.
I just
we'll continue. I'm going to just let him sit over there for like 5 minutes.
What's up? Go ahead.
Okay. Because I've been sitting on this shit for the last like few days.
What happened?
This is not a tragedy, because they're going to paint this as a tragedy. A tragedy is when something happens and it wasn't meant to happen and it's just this devastating thing. This is the result of a negligent and incompetent culture that normalizes this type of behavior. And this is the shit that bothers me, Marlon. Mm-hmm. Yo, bro, Vic's sitting here telling us they're putting concrete over the roof. They're doing all these bullshit repairs. Bro. My nigga, that's mad normal. I've been seeing that my whole life. I've sat on 2 different construction sites here in the States and in, what's up, man? How you doing? And I've seen it in DR. Bro, these niggas will do the shittiest job in the world, cheap the fuck out, and we've normalized that. How many times have you heard a nigga say, oh, este hombre me va a hacer trabajo. El primo de fulano, yo lo conozco, hace buen trabajo. That's not a qualification! These niggas have no qualifications, bro. You having random niggas build shit, repair shit, they do a terrible job, shit gets fucked up. Mm-hmm. And then to make matters worse, because it's not just the cheapness, it's the way that we just ignore shit, bro. Mm-hmm. The way we normalize shit, make it funny. Bro, how many niggas have told you they've been to DR, they pay niggas off for them to do shit? Let's take a joke, like, oh, you want to cross the border? You got to pay the fucking, the nigga to let you by.
Yeah. What's that term? What's that term?
Watching men. Well, no, the watching men are the one at the spots.
That watch the stuff.
Coyote.
Yeah, bro, you paying niggas to pass through border checkings. You paying niggas for you to have better access to things. Like you normalizing a culture that allows people who have money to be matter more than everyone else.
Yeah.
And
That's how it is.
that's how it is. And to make matters even worse, it's a culture that just puts everything off.
Yeah.
Oh my God, do you niggas put everything off? Growing up, bro, I used to tell my mom all the time, yo, we need to handle this. She'd be like, don't be in adult problems. Guess
Yeah.
what? I'm an adult now. And the excuse is, well, nothing's gonna change. Lo político, ese mundo. Nigga, shut the fuck up. You voted them in.
Yeah.
You stood in line. I watched you niggas stand in line on Broad Street. I watched you niggas stand in line in New York. You voted for these politicians in the States and you voted for them over there. You're the reason why this is happening. It's not, oh, no, it was a tragedy. We could have never expected this. You normalized a culture that glorifies wealth and allows rich people to do whatever the hell they fucking want. And you normalized a culture that allows people to get away with shit. And I had to deal with this shit my whole life. I hated it. I hated the bouginess. I hated the elitism. And I hated the way you all acted like nothing was wrong. Fuck that shit. Bro, that shit has been boiling my blood my entire life, bro. I hated this shit. And to make matters worse, the president, he had people die.
Of DR.
Of DR. He had people die in that
Some of his
situation.
friends or like, I'm not sure if his relatives. I know there was friends of the Dominican president that passed away in that accident.
So this is the question I have for him. And I have for the entire people of the Dominican Republic and the niggas who live here. For the president, he has an option here. You can hold that nigga accountable. You can let him buy his way out like you've let everyone else.
Yeah.
As we've been doing it for years now. And you can finally set a standard. Because the reality is, bro, in DR, they have regulations. They don't follow them.
Yeah.
You pay to get out of regulations. You could finally push DR to modernize and have modern laws and modern regulations. And because like Vic said, this shit not happening here. This shit would never happen in fucking America. Because we have higher standards. So you could finally be a leader instead of fucking standard. When it comes to the people who are Dominican, yo, I understand it's a tragedy. I pay my respects. But I'm tired of hearing about how it's a tragedy. Hold niggas fucking accountable and call out a culture that we've been passing on through generations. Because, bro, at one point, I'm looking at myself. I'm like, wow, I keep putting shit off. Wow, I keep ignoring the issues in my life.
Because Dominicans are very nonchalant. We like to be very, like, chalant and like, laid back. But you can't be their how. And a lot of people, they how. Like, they're like, they don't like, oh, like you said, they find the easy way, the cheaper way. You can't do that with, again, the tickets for Jet Set was very expensive. This is a very expensive nightclub. People would pay a lot of money to get in. So guess what? The owner was a multi-millionaire. He's rich as fuck.
Rich as
He
fuck.
owned restaurants in New York. He was on vacation in Las Vegas during the time of when the shit happened, when the Jet Set collapsed in DR. He was on vacation in Las Vegas because it's something that he had like a pre-planned situation, right? Bro, it's like, how are we letting this happen? Like you can pay so much money to these people. You have so much money. You can build a jet. You can put a nightclub on top of a nightclub. You can make it 2-tiered. You can upgrade it like crazy. This is an old building that was a theater.
A shitter, bro.
A old building that was a theater. So there was like no columns in the middle of the building. It was like just a pure nightclub. So all the support was like surrounding it. So that's why it caved in the middle, and that's why the most people that died were the people in the middle. It's freaking sad. And obviously, rest in peace, you know, everyone. And especially there was some iconic Dominican people in there. Octavio Dotel, famous baseball player. He played 15 seasons, 12 different teams in the MLB. And then Ruby Perez, famous artist, right? That shit happened. It's like, this is a sad thing, but it could have been avoided. One simple way. And there was reports of them sweeping. Wait, not even reports. It was confirmed by
Videos.
Sergio Valga, famous other singer from DR, close friend of Ruby Perez. He said that he was in the club days prior in that same nightclub, and that, or even might have been weeks prior, he was there before all this happened in the nightclub on a night, and that he was seeing dust fall. He was seeing them like sweep it, and he's like, "What's going on?" And the workers at the nightclub would say, "Yeah, there's a problem, etc. But you know, we're working. We just got to work around it." And that they're bringing in complaints because fucking cement would fall from the ceiling into people's drinks at the bar. and they decided to keep the club
So
open.
are they holding the owner accountable?
No,
They're not doing nothing,
bro. It's
Marlon.
DR,
It's corrupt.
bro.
It's the corruption.
That's third world shit, bro.
Bro, it's-
Guatemala's the same way.
It's crazy.
Guatemala's the same way, bro. Money talks.
And it's like, you could be a artist in DR, right? A rapper in DR, and you get into a car accident, you hit someone like Rochi, all this stuff. They arrest you next day.
Yeah,
Next day.
yeah.
This guy is at fault for 200 plus Dominicans dying. Some of his own friends. He has to face the reality. He has to face the reality. If he gets away with this will be one of the craziest.
People are gonna be hot on his ass to see what the fuck he gonna do. You gonna be there for the families? What you gonna do, bro?
Bro, he hasn't said a word. I don't think he has said anything officially yet, has he?
He did. He made a whole video where he was like, the day it happened, basically saying, like, he's praying that his thoughts and prayers, and also that sending his condolences, but obviously he never said sorry, because if he said sorry, that's taking accountability. Like, legally, you have to. Why did you apologize if it happened because of you, or is it your reason? He was just like in shock, basically, in the video, but it was a professionally done video, and the video it was a good video. But it's like, the reality is, like, no matter how good the video is, you still are at fault for the situation that occurred. You know? So, that shit was crazy. And also, it ties to Rhode Island, because over the weekend, for those who don't know, rest in peace to Frey, right? Our guy Frey. Frey Luis Rosario was a man that, owner of, one of the owners of Terra Negra and Terra Luna here in Rhode Island, owned it also in Massachusetts.
My former boss.
Noel's former boss. Noel's former boss. Literally, Noel's former boss when Noel worked there. I met the guy multiple times. I did business with Frey. I did business with his companies. They're amazing people. He passed away in the Dominican Republic. He was one of the people that died, one of the 200 plus people that died in the Dominican Republic under the rubble from the nightclub collapsing, the roof collapsing inside of the nightclub, jet set. So we want to send our condolences to Frey and his family all over New England, from Rhode Island to Lawrence to everywhere. And aside from this, right, in Rhode Island, they did have a vigil, right? They held a vigil to mourn the Dominican Republic, 200 plus people that passed away in the Dominican Republic. They had a vigil here in Providence, Rhode Island, at the Juan Pablo Duarte statue in the Roger Williams Park area. And people came out. It looked like a lot of people to me. To me, it looked like about 100 people. The vigil came out. The vigil was there. People came out to support the vigil and sending their thoughts and prayers to everything that's happening. I think was McKee there?
He probably was.
Yes. Dan McKee was there. Even the governor was there. Dan McKee was there. Even the governor was there.
God bless.
Because he said that he met Frey when he opened up his restaurant. He met him, and he's shocked by his death, right? He's shocked. So they're going to continue and look for ways to honor the Dominicans that passed away. Because I'll tell you this much, Providence is filled with Dominicans.
Yeah.
So when this happened, you would have thought, God forbid, it damn near happened in Providence. And the eerie part about this is the most recent similar situation that I recall was, I think it was in 2003 when 100 people died in the nightclub that burned in Rhode Island. And it's like crazy.
There was a fire in there.
The fire in the nightclub in Rhode Island. And it's like, fast forward now, a bunch of Dominicans unfortunately passing away. But listen, man, the man is going to be, I hope and pray, God willing, and God in his own way is going to make sure that the guy is held accountable, the owner of the nightclub.
I hope so.
But aside from that, you know, I hope and pray, like, we got to make sure that these people are not forgotten about, right? They got to be living, be brought up in memory. I hope they do like a proper memoriam, similar to how they did with the 9/11 in New York. Don't they have like Ground Zero? They have like a memoriam of the people that passed away in 9/11.
Yeah.
I think they should do something at the jet set in that area.
Do not build another building there.
You can't build another building there. Hell no. Hell no. And especially the Dominicans that believe in ghosts and stuff. Oh my God. Those ghosts would haunt that man for the rest of his life. Like he cannot do no business, no nothing there. And he can't do nothing. I hope he's going to be in jail. He can't do shit behind bars. God bless. But that shit was crazy, bro. The fact that this happened, and a lot of Dominicans locally obviously affected. A lot of people DMing me, losing their cousins, that they lost their cousins, lost aunts, lost friends. Elabel said that she was going to be there. She was going to go a trip. She was going to take a trip that weekend to DR but she didn't. She canceled it, and she would have been there at the Jet Set. She said because they go there all the time. Her family, it was friends with all of them. You know what I'm saying? You know, Elbow be balling. They be balling. So they be at the Jet Set. She's Jet Set family, and I was like, damn, that was scary to even hear. But she was like, yeah, God forbid. But listen, condolences to everyone. That shit was nuts. That shit was nuts.
Before you continue, Jamal with the 5. Did you see that the video editor of the Luther NV confirmed that Dissect podcast theories of it are correct? Y'all were clowning him last week.
What the theories about the circle meaning something?
I don't know. I kind of had like a little seizure.
And how could it be a male director if a female directed it?
Yeah, it was a female that directed it.
Let me look it up. Just a Luther director. I don't know what they're talking about. I didn't see that story.
I didn't see it either.
Luther director has previously.
No, he said video editor. That the
Video editor.
editor of Luther NV confirmed.
Video editor. Who's a video editor? First of all, when in the world have people ever cared about a video's editor? How do they find, like, you know what I'm saying? That's how much these guys go crazy with this
Bro,
shit.
it's a
They
recession
found the Kendrick
indicator.
Lamar video editor and he's responding to people?
It's a recession indicator, bro.
God damn.
Niggas do not have.
Listen, I'll tell you this much. The video editor could have said this and I still don't believe it because he edited the video, but he's not Kendrick Lamar. He is not Kendrick Lamar. That circle and stuff, I don't think that it is that deep as you guys are trying to make it.
Nah, they had like a whole thread about it.
Listen, God bless their threads. God bless their threads. Listen, we can't act like Dissect podcast doesn't stretch. They what's it called? Yeah, stretch. What's the term? Reach. They reach a lot of times. So God bless. Doesn't really matter much, but I guess, you know, shout out to them. They donated right when they said that comment.
Mm-hmm.
What's the name?
Jamal.
Shout out to Jamal.
Shout out to Jamal.
Listen, Jamal, in that same chat or in the comments, send the actual evidence that on your perspective, and we'll cover it. We'll cover it next week. Let's see. We have a guest stopping by. But when he stops by, we're gonna do a quick segment with him, and then I'm gonna walk him in right now. And then aside from that, we'll end it with three quick stories.
Local news
That happened, including the trend right now on TikTok. There's a big theory about a New England serial killer. We're going to talk about that a bit. The Viola Davis wax figure and a body being found in after a fire here in North Providence. And also do a quick recap of our event that we had last night. But without further ado, I'm going to walk in our guest, Divine, to the podcast. You can sit next to you, Noel.
You're gonna have to zoom out the camera.
Yeah, zoom it out.
These dudes just be hated now. What the fuck are you talking about,
Let's talk about the
Silky?
NOKIA. So you can sit right there in that corner. Okay? Yes.
Yeah.
Sit you over here.
Wow.
I'm gonna just use that camera because the main one cuts it out. I don't know if you're gonna be able still to catch it, bro. You have to like really angle it that way.
Refocus it a bit. All right, sit down. We are here. We're live. We are live. Shout out to D for making the connection. Our guy D. We are here, and we have a guest that's doing some important stuff, some dope stuff tied to hip hop, and with Rhode Island ties as well. Both worlds, you know, that's what we do here. So, without further ado, introduce yourself to the people and welcome to the studio, Divine.
Thanks for having me, man. Divine, serial entrepreneur, former professional hip hop rap recording artist,
Yes, sir.
CEO and founder of a fintech company called Notes with Rakim.
Yes, sir. And then, where does your story start with Rhode Island? You born and raised from Rhode Island, or?
Yeah, born and raised in my early youth. childhood in Newport, Rhode Island. Ran through Providence. Had a challenging upbringing, negative background.
Yeah.
And eventually head out to New York City and was basically in the streets, doing my thing for a long time.
Wow. And then now, how did you make the connection with the legendary Rakim himself?
Well, as I said earlier, I was a professional hip-hop rap recording artist.
Yeah.
That was always my dream since I was 10 years old, writing, recording, producing, and connected with Rod, supposed to connect with Rod in 1999 when I came home from the feds. It never happened. Fast forward 2005, 2006, we connected with him, and we've been rocking ever since. So now in 2025, it came to a head. I saw an opportunity, and I built with the brother, and we making some things happen.
And tell the people what it is specifically that you guys have come together now and created.
So we're starting a financial technology company that's powered by AI. It's for empowering independent urban music artists and creators, giving them access to capital, financial tools, and education.
Wow. And is it accessible right now? Is it already currently
Now we're
active?
building it. We have to launch the beta in another 30 days.
Wow. And it's called again for the people?
Notes.
So this is going to be something that you can download on your phone and just have at your phone readily available and everywhere?
Yeah, it'll first be a web platform.
Okay.
And then we're going to build a mobile app out, and then you can download on your phone, what have you.
Wow. So give one example of how this would be something that would be essential for a brand new artist.
Well, a lot of times these up and coming artists, especially now,
Yeah.
don't really know how to navigate the music industry.
Facts.
Right? There's a lot of, when you deal with record contracts, recording contracts, attorneys, you deal with performing rights organizations, copyright filing, all that. There's a lot of stuff they don't know about that.
Yeah.
And a lot of these artists don't really have access to capital, right, to fund their creative projects.
Yeah.
So one way we give them access to that, right, to the capital. We also give them education as well. And we give them financial tools, to learn.
Yeah. And then what is Rakim's involvement in this overall?
Rakim's a co-founder.
Wow. Okay.
He's also on the advisory board. And he's helped me spearhead this entire movement.
That's fire. Because you really don't, you hear of him, right, the legend, etc., always, no matter what. But then his involvement now in something that is like even AI related, I was like, damn, that's some full circle shit. It was like you got Rod now in 2025 doing some business that helps the artist and is involving, AI. Was there some pushback from him ever, like thinking about like the concept of AI?
Yeah, you good, Jay. You good. You good. That's why I rock with you, man.
Appreciate you.
Great question. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Rakim's not heavily tech savvy like that.
Yeah.
But Rakim's always been innovative.
Yeah.
Always been ahead of his time. Always been groundbreaking. So this was something he saw from that lens and was like, yo, this makes sense.
Facts.
But then he had concerns about how's the AI gonna be used.
Yeah.
So we plan on cloning his voice, AI cloning his voice, where the AI will speak back to you.
Wow.
In Rakim's voice, his whole style, his whole speech patterns and all that.
Wow.
But he was concerned about it being used for people to tap into, his knowledge base around, writing and crafting rhymes.
Yeah.
But I told him, I said, listen, Ra, AI can do that right now.
Yeah.
Nobody really has to have your voice to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They could use AI right now.
Wow.
Upload your lyrics, even upload your voice to it.
Yeah.
And get AI to write lyrics like how you would write it.
Wow.
But they don't have the IP of who you are. They don't have Rakim. They're not Rakim.
Yeah.
So it's never gonna be Rakim.
Yeah.
No matter how you try to clone it or try to, duplicate it.
No, that's facts. I
So
mean,
we have reservations. Well,
yeah, I would imagine, especially because there's so many rumors now of like other even more legendary acts. I forgot one specifically, but there was a story reported about one of them like potentially doing like a full AI album or like just or I think it was from Philadelphia. He was on the Rockefeller. What's his name? With his voice now after the accident.
Oh,
Beanie Siegel? No, not
Beanie
Siegel.
Siegel?
Freeway. I think Freeway.
Oh, Freeway.
I think Freeway. They were talking about Freeway doing like not Freeway.
Beanie Siegel, he's
I
the
think
one that
Beanie
lost his
Siegel.
voice,
Beanie
yeah.
Siegel. Beanie Siegel's talking about using an AI because
Right,
now
I saw that.
because he still raps. He'll still rap, but then his voice is not the same.
You're right.
So now they're talking about him using AI to do an album where it makes his voice the essential key legendary Beanie Siegel voice
that we know.
but with the new content. Which I'm for, because I feel like that's almost like you can say when they do like it's almost like you're helping in a handicap in a sense, where like you're enhancing. It's almost like if with the new technology, if someone, let's say God forbid, loses an arm, you add the robot arm. You know what I'm saying? That's like a digital version of the robot arm where Beans' voice is rough. It's compared to how it was back then. It's not the same. But then if you add AI and it sounds like the same, it's like, oh shit. There's a way for you as a Beanie Siegel fan to still enjoy that music.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
And then you have like the DOC is another example.
Yes,
right?
yes,
He
you're right.
lost his voice as well.
Yes.
And he's always been writing for Death Row and
Facts.
writing with Aftermath Records and all
Facts.
that with Dre. And he's always contributed to those to a lot of those projects.
Yeah.
So for him to be able to come back and do it, that's what I would love to see.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Now, speak back real quick, if you don't mind, about your time, because I was reading upon about your time and everything, even in the feds, right?
Yeah.
Going through jail and that experience, and was it Rhode Island jail or
No, federal was all over.
all over? All
Yeah.
over.
I was indicted in Rhode Island and
Wow.
then sent away. I was one of the first people hit with the crack law in Rhode Island.
What year
the
was
first in Newport, one of the first in Rhode Island.
Wow. What year you recall?
1992.
1992.
92, yeah.
Wow. And then how long did that lead to? What was your term in?
84 months was my initial sentence, and then I had 5 years supervised release. So I kept committing crimes, reoffending,
Yeah.
and going back dealing with recidivism. So in and out, total 10 years
Yeah.
incarcerated. Been in the ACI, never made it past the intake because all my crimes are always federal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. And in full circle now, how would you say that going through all that and those experiences have now, shaped you to become the person you are now, where you're doing literally, innovative business with a legendary act like Rakim himself?
Yeah, man. Just had hardships. Growing up, mother addicted to drugs, 8th grade formal education, decade of incarceration, no tech background, and then I was sitting in prison, and just knew I had to change my life. I knew I was much more intelligent than how I was living. So I got determined to do that. Read about this billionaire venture capitalist, and I thought that if I could connect with him, he could empower my life. And I come home, reach out to him on Twitter, and that's really what brought the trajectory to even get to a level to where I'm now at today.
Yeah.
To be able to partner with Rakim in the way that we are.
That's amazing. So just through networking and just reaching out and then, knowing what to do and then building something that now is being spoken about in different articles and everything. And then what would you say, since you are, a rapper, the Rhode Island ties, what would you say is the biggest difference? Because you've experienced the shit that we hear about but we never got to see. What's the difference from the rap scene in Rhode Island back then to more recently?
Oh yeah, it's evolved heavily. Back then, it wasn't a big. It was like more like the pioneers of Rhode Island rap. You know what I mean? That's what I knew of. And coming up with that, just embracing hip hop. First time I went to the Fresh Fest, Providence Civic Center.
Damn.
That's my first, my first, Gellas and Continental, you know what I mean? Like, I go way back. So I was a youngin', what I mean, running the streets of Providence, getting money. And back then it was just more like the beginning of the pioneering stage.
Facts.
Now it's a lot. Hip hop has evolved itself. And in Rhode Island, hip hop has really evolved. But there was some ill spitters back when I was doing my thing. But what it was with Rhode Island was that it wasn't a lot of visibility, wasn't a lot of access to the industry. You either had to go to Boston or go to New York.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it wasn't always accepting, brothers from out of Rhode Island.
Yeah.
But now, I don't got my hand on the pulse of, what's really going on now. But from what I do see and catch glimpses of, brothers have definitely evolved with their skill level and their sound. Yeah. And you see a lot of these acts connecting with major artists.
Yeah. Yeah. No, listen, it's crazy. I don't know if you're familiar. I think a good example is Flawless. You familiar with Flawless, the rapper from Rhode Island? So he was on the Netflix show, Flawless. He's like a battle rapper. Flawless, real talk. Flawless, R.I. But yeah, he's from Providence, and that guy, I would thought you know about him because he's like from not your era. I feel like a bit after, but he's from like the Jadakiss era, and like he worked with Jadakiss and everything. But yeah, but Flawless,
I know a young dude that worked with Benny the Butcher. He's pretty nice too. I can't remember his name.
Maybe Ty. Is that Ty? Maybe Ty Cooper. Did Ty Cooper?
Yeah, maybe it's Ty. Maybe Ty Cooper. Yeah.
Yeah, Ty's hard.
I like what he doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I like what he doing, man. But hip hop has evolved so much where you can get in the game now and your skill level's here. You know what I mean? It's on top. So it's like now it's all about how do you market yourself? How do you position yourself?
Yeah.
And how do you get that break that you need?
Yeah.
To really
Yeah.
get in the industry.
Do you see yourself like dropping music? Are you still currently active or?
Yeah. I mean, my pen game is always was always flaming, man. Doing my thing. Like when I was coming up, I made a big name for myself throughout the feds. I was always doing shows and really honing my skill when I was locked up. And I got compared to some of the greatest.
Yeah.
Whether it was Nas, Wu-Tang, things like that. Like I always got that the accolades at that level. Now it's like I want to get back in the lab, but I want to do it in a way where I use my craft to really push the things that I'm doing.
Right.
Right. And really change the narrative around what an MC should be in this day and time, and also really bring back, positive hip hop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When you could turn on the radio, you always heard something positive.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of that positivity is going out of music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially hip hop rap. And I think that we could do much better.
Yeah. What would you say, going back to your time in the feds, especially in Rhode Island, what would you say after getting hit with that situation in Rhode Island, what was the craziest shit you saw that you can share, obviously? You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
that you remember, like that's like that one thing that was like, damn, like that was the craziest moment, like what the fuck?
Yeah, man, from the streets, or you talking about inside?
Inside.
I mean, just, a lot of fights, you know what I'm saying? People getting cut, stabbed, what have you, hitting over head with locks and all that.
Yeah. Damn, locks. I never heard about the locks.
Yeah, the lock in the sock, man. You know what I'm saying?
Lock in the sock. Okay, yeah.
They get busy. I seen
I'll
stuff
fucking
like that.
die. Someone hit me with a lock in the sock, bro. That shit hard as hell.
No, I did time in penitentiaries, but with me, my whole goal was to become a model inmate. That was my whole goal, because I wanted to get home as soon as possible. Had a 3-year-old son. I wanted to get back. So I kind of made my own lane, stayed to myself, and really, walk that straight and narrow, if you would.
Yeah.
And just work my way from, medium, going to penitentiaries, to lows, eventually to a camp.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I was released from a camp. So you see a lot of crazy things, but the most crazy was really just dealing with my personal incarceration and how do I prepare myself, for the streets, man.
Were you ever put in like a situation where like you were put like in a solitary confinement or anything of that nature?
Yeah, a few times. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And what was that experience like?
Isolation's never a good experience.
Yeah.
But I was always someone who was very, very strong-minded. So prison didn't break me, just built me. You know what I mean? Not that it didn't affect me, because when I came home, I dealt with the ramifications of being incarcerated for that long. But I stay solid, man. Just do what I had to do. You know what I mean? Get home as soon as possible. So
what would you say to someone maybe in a similar position right now that is maybe even caught up in jail and looking for that better side of everything in their life, trying to turn their life around now, and then specifically, let's say even Rhode Island, tying it back to just the Rhode Island situation, the smallest state in the country, that small state mentality, but then they get they're facing time, you know what I'm saying, but it's the craziest, the lowest they can ever be in their life, but you went through that situation and look at you now. What would you say to them? Some words of advice. First
and foremost, man, believe in yourself. You know what I mean? You gotta strive for something greater, man. You can always transform your life and find redemption. I'm living proof of that. I never had nothing handed to me, but I put my mind to the grind, and I figured everything out along the way.
Yeah.
As I told you, 8th grade formal education. So it's not like I went to college or anything like that. I just applied myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And always a belief in a higher power, something outside of yourself. Because if you can't draw from that faith, and you can't draw from that, that inspiration of something greater than you, and a purpose. You got to find your purpose in life and apply yourself in a way to where the world remember you. Because you got to think about 100 years, 20 years from now, ain't nobody gonna know we even existed.
No,
so it's all about how you apply yourself in life.
And that impact you leave.
Yeah, exactly.
100%. And why divine? What does it stand for? Is it just as it is what it is, divine, but what's the meaning behind your name?
I was real spiritual in prison, right? I dug into religion and spirituality real heavy.
Yeah.
And I would always build with brothers, and so I got the name Divine. Came from my it was basically born out of my my government name, my government middle name. But then it became evolved into determined idea, visualization, infinitely never ending. You know what I mean?
Hard.
Just how I think about life and how I apply myself in life.
Yeah.
Always had that determined idea in my mind and always visualize how I wanted my life to be.
Yeah.
And I would always manifest these things.
And let's see if he does. I'll put you on the spot real quick. What do you think is the best verse that you've ever released? And do you remember it?
On me,
Yeah.
I released some joints, man.
That one verse. Because we got a lot of hip hop
Yeah.
fans. They can tap in
my
and go
albums,
back
my
and check
albums
you
on
out.
iTunes. My first album was Ghetto Rhyming. Of that joint, a lot of hard joints. But I'd have to say, one, Let's Get It On. Joint called Let's Get It On. It's hard. Another joint called Check It Out. Like it's a pretty well-rounded body of work.
Yeah.
Proud of it. It's the only album I ever released. But I always been in the lab since, like I said, since youth. So
Yeah. How's the verse? You mind showing people the verse real quick? Just spin
yeah,
it.
well, I got other verses, yeah, but I can't remember that joint.
Whatever verse you want. Whatever verse you want. Whatever verse you want.
Yeah, check it out. I told Joe the guard was back. Art of rap, artifact. So don't ask where the guard is at. Alarm attack, cardiac. What's the odds of that? My Sagram attack. Return like when karma come back. No drama in fact. Drawn to the garden of fact. Matter of fact, I blow the rhymes in the time of fact. Can't wait to see him till I rhymes a sword. Now they sit back and listen to the rhymes I taught. It was way back in the days I used to spot rhyme with a time like that. Now we trust brothers can't do what I did. Rhyme with the time from the time when I did with the bid.
Damn.
Whoa.
Tough.
Damn.
That's a. I see the Nas comparison. The Nas aura. The Nas. I can see it. That's fire.
Bro.
This guy got it.
Yeah. It's been a minute, man, since I spit though. You know what I mean? Whoa.
Nah, but give him a round of applause. Put the round of applause. Yes, sir. No, that was tough, bro. That was tough. That's crazy. When's the last time you have done like a freestyle, anything of this nature?
Man, it's been a minute, man. I've done anything live or anything like that. I just been really like grinding on the business side of things, entrepreneurship, and really just put the pen is gonna always stay sharp, but it's more so I had to remove myself from that because I always did music because I loved it.
Yeah.
Not really as a way to make money.
Yeah.
So I always
Your
made
passion.
money.
It was your passion.
Yeah, it was my passion. So I never looked at it as a career or a way to make money.
Yeah.
So I just never did it like that. But I always, was always in the lab, always had a studio, always engineering, producing, and writing.
Yeah. No, listen, that's amazing. Tell the people where they can check out, notes or with anticipation. Is it exactly 30 days from today?
Yeah, we shooting for that.
Okay,
Yeah,
30 days from today.
Yeah.
And then upon launch and everything, where can they check it out and everything?
Right now, they can hit the wait list.
The wait list.
For the early access notification.
What's the site?
Notestechnology.com.
Okay.
NOTES technology.com. And
Okay.
sign up on the wait list.
And where can the people find you? What's your personal
Divine
tag?
Fourth Letter.
Divine Fourth Letter.
Divine Fourth Letter, DIVINE.
Why fourth letter? Because
Fourth letter in the supreme alphabet, Divine.
wow,
Yeah.
this guy's deep as fuck. I fuck with this.
Yeah.
Listen, come back when you launch.
Definitely.
Come back when you launch.
Thank you for having me, man.
No,
Word
100%.
up.
And also,
Love what you do.
appreciate you very much. Much respect. Listen, D, if D gave you the cosign, I had to make it happen. And
Yeah, shout out to my man D the Barber, man.
Yeah.
Word up. Salute,
that's
brother.
my guy, David. Listen, and on top of that, if Rakim's ever back in Rhode Island, come through with him. That'd be amazing as well. We would love to, interview him as well and talk about everything you guys are doing. But I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, we sponsoring the show real quick. We sponsor the show. Note to sponsoring the show with Vital.
Nice.
And
Okay.
Tragic Gaddafi's coming through.
Okay.
Tom Mel, Rakim's son is coming.
Okay,
That's
okay.
April 19th.
Okay. I think
And,
I saw the flyer for that.
At
yeah.
Mezzo, yeah.
Yeah.
Club Mezzo, Mezzo Lounge, yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. So if you guys are in Rhode Island and you're around that 19th this month, make sure to stop by that show and support them. But without further ado, I'm gonna walk him out. I appreciate him stopping by. Round of applause again, Divine, right there.
Peace.
Love, brother.
Wow.
We'll be back real quick, guys, on the live. You spit a freestyle in the meantime. Noel, spit something.
Yeah, they're asking for you to drop a Noel, bro.
Noel next.
Noel.
No. I can't rap.
No
for
doubt.
my
Thank you,
life.
brother. Thank you, God. Appreciate you.
Awesome.
Word up.
Appreciate you for coming, bro.
Word up.
Appreciate you, boss.
Some love. Kenny,
Stay
you
smooth.
have me, my brother, no doubt.
I'm gonna post everything on social.
Oh God, I get cooked out here.
Spit a bar, nigga.
Huh?
Spit a bar.
I love what you do, man. Word up.
That Bill Clinton bar.
I'll spit the Bill Clinton bar for you.
Speak. Yo, y'all ready?
No, nigga.
Come on, bro.
Nah. You know
Spit
what?
the Bill Clinton bar.
I don't know if you guys know, that was a real RIOG.
Yeah, that's
Nah,
an
yeah, I
OG.
could tell.
Yeah.
That was like, there's a lot of stories. That man's a legend. So shout out to Divine for coming through.
God bless.
You know what I'm saying? It's dope. We've had OGs and like people from his era try to tap in, etc., but they get nervous about the live stream shit that we do now. Like, oh, it's live, but he was down to come through. So shout out to Divine. One of the first to ever get hit with the crack, fucking charge and everything. In Rhode Island at that time.
Wait, this nigga got hit for something dope?
This nigga, no, I'll be like tuned out. it's Noel's. He be getting a little manic.
Someone said in the chat, it's like, yo, what did they say?
That was some hip-hop shit we just did.
Noel had a "Where am I" moment.
Yeah.
I can't lie. I think I tuned out when he did say that. Because I heard the crimes. I already did like 10 years federal altogether. I didn't hear crack though. That's crazy.
Yeah. So shout out to Divine for coming through. To close out the podcast, some other Rhode Island stories real quick. There is one of the best wax figures I've seen in my life is Rhode Island's own, Central Falls' own, Viola Davis. Viola Davis had a wax figure done, and the wax figure literally looks like her. Right? And she did say that she made sure like they got everything right, like they got the dress, everything right. Like she was like hands in on it. But it's literally one of the best wax figures.
You have a picture of it?
Yeah, from the Madame Tussauds Museum that I've ever seen in my life. Because they typically fuck them shits up.
Drastically.
The wax figures never look like the actual people. They never look like the actual people. This time around, guess what? This shit is Viola Davis herself.
Oh shit, yeah.
It's crazy. That's Viola Davis.
No, that's some good ass wax figure. No bullshit.
That's Viola Davis, bro.
Because the other ones were looking like some bullshit.
Insane.
They got D-Wade looking like some butt outside of that fucking stadium.
It's Viola walking to see it.
Autumn with the makeup, Geneva, is signs in your life where you feel worthy.
She got emotional.
And they help the inside feel worthy. Your purpose is not what you do. It's what happens to people when you do what you do. Yeah. And sometimes the people that it happens to is you. And it's what I did. I can't believe that little Viola pulled it off. You know, you pulled it off. Who knew, you know?
God bless.
That shit is crazy because a lot of times the wax figures they won't only not look like the person, they'll look like a different age of the person, if anything.
True.
That shit looks like Viola Davis today. That shit's scary. Bro, you add some AI technology to that shit, to a wax
whatever
figure.
artist made that one, contract them for the rest, all of them.
Make them all. Give that Madame Tussauds wax sculptor
Nigga, give her a Supermax.
a raise. Or it could be a her, you're right, my bad. Or are we assuming it's a her?
I don't know. Whatever your gender is, get you a Supermax.
You know what I'm saying? It could be anything. It could be a fucking dog that made this shit, to be honest. Might not
That
even
was
be a
good
human.
as fuck.
That shit was fire as fuck. There was a body found in Rhode Island again. This time it was a body found behind North Providence Apartments after a fire. Right? There's an investigation right now because a body was discovered behind the North Providence apartment last week. The body was found behind Geneva Mills off of Douglas Ave. It was discovered after firefighters were called for Geneva Mills for reported fires behind the building. Right? The body was not positively identified yet, and the person's cause of death will be determined by the medical examiner of the state, and they're currently investigating the cause of the fire. Right? Very strange, suspicious. Could have been someone that got lit up on fire. Could have been the person that set the fire.
Or they were putting out the fire and
they were putting out the fire. Maybe someone was putting out the fire. They're currently still investigating it. Yeah, that happened here. That shit sounded crazy. I was concerned because I'm like, damn, when I saw the story, I'm like, oh, with this whole serial killer shit, it's like, oh, we have another random body remains, etc. But it doesn't seem to be the case as of right now, to be tied to anything of that nature. The rumored serial killer that people want to have online about this stuff. But speaking of the serial killer, all right. For those who don't know, we've been covering for a past couple years. Specifically, I want to say for 2 years, we've been reporting on stories locally in Providence, Rhode Island, of bodies, and just in Rhode Island in general, bodies being found. The most recent one that's gone viral was Michelle Romano, who was this woman from Warwick. She was missing since, I believe, the summertime, and her body's remains were found in Foster, Rhode Island, right? In this wooded area, forest vibe, the woods in Foster, Rhode Island. They identified the remains as her. But now people are running with this narrative. There's a big conspiracy online that there is not a Rhode Island serial killer. There's a New England serial killer because they have found bodies and remains, human remains in Connecticut, of other people, right? I believe specifically other women. I'll read it right here. The specifics of one, right? There's literally, wow, look at this on Facebook. There's literally a group on Facebook with 55,000 people in the group. It's called the New England Serial Killer.
Damn.
Right? And it gained 10,000 followers in 1 week.
That nigga's fucked.
This is the biggest story in New England that's not really a real story because this is just suspicion, right? But it's growing, right? I'm actually joining the group right now. Let's see if I can, yeah.
What a fucking time to be a serial killer when niggas will make a Facebook group chat to try to find you. Yeah.
And they'll find you.
You know how fucking crazy that is? You got 55,000 niggas looking for you?
They'll find you, bro.
They're doing the math together.
They'll find you.
Nah, nigga, I'll be sick. You know how much of a genius you'd have to be to outsmart 55,000 niggas on Facebook with no recession.
With no life?
With no life. Recession indicator. Another recession indicator. Nigga, 55,000.
But listen, people have the right for their theories because another example is Denise. This woman named Denise Leary, 59 years old, a mother of two. She went missing in September of last year, right? Her body was found near her home in New Haven, Connecticut, March 21st, right? By people clearing the brush outside her home, the area outside her home in the backyard, right? So if you tie that, right, that's one woman. You tie her to the woman in Rhode Island. And let me see, there's another one. Yeah, there's like at least 6 cases of bodies being found in these past couple weeks in Massachusetts, Connecticut, and Rhode Island. Close towns, they're trying to say. Another one right here. With all but 2. There's 2 of them that have been unidentified. These cases include a skull being unearthed in the woods of Plymouth, Massachusetts, March 6th. Humans' remains were found at least in 4 Connecticut towns at the end of March and start of April in New Haven, Groton, Kinley, and Danielson. A body was discovered recently that we discussed in Foster, Rhode Island, March 27th. Right? Kinley and Danielson in Connecticut are in adjacent towns, and just over the border in Rhode Island is the Foster one. That's about an hour away. Foster's an hour away from Groton, New Haven, and Connecticut. Plymouth is the closest one to Foster, about a 90-minute drive, or 90 minutes away. Detectives in New Haven and Foster have identified the remains both as a woman missing since summer and early fall of last year. So they're trying to line up the actual timelines of stuff, and there's a lot of similarities in the timelines. But there's no sufficient real deal evidence of there being one specific serial killer or one specific killer. Could be different in situations, different occasions, right? But if you tell that to TikTok will tell you otherwise because people really believe that there's a man out here or a woman, could be a woman, killing women, but no, 9 times out of 10 is a man killing women. Do you guys believe this? Do you think there's any credence to this? You believe it?
Serial killers don't kill that large of a scope.
I've never heard of a serial killer going state to state with it. That I don't recall. State to state?
Unless
I mean, New England
moving.
is New England.
You
But
have to be moving. So he's living in these states and then doing it. That's kind of crazy, though. But again, those 55,000 people.
They're going to find you.
You niggas are rats. Why are you snitching?
That's crazy.
What do you mean? Why you snitching, bro?
Yeah.
Why you not snitching?
I'm fucking with you.
So
I'm
it's
trying
you.
to see if there. I saw someone told me this weekend that there was like a photo of a man.
You see, bro, these niggas are hilarious to me. Because now every nigga go be accused. Bro, you got 55,000 niggas trying to figure out who you are. I'd be sick if I was the killer, bro.
Yeah, no, people are making it seem as if there's really just a serial killer. Listen, it's definitely possible. Nothing is really out the realm of possibility.
If they catch this nigga, we need to do this shit regularly.
Do I think that has happened? I don't think that it is because I don't want it to be. But some people, I feel like they damn near just want it to be. Like, I mean, there's similarities. Don't get me wrong. So I was like, I get it.
This has happened before. You never seen the Netflix video, Kill Your Cats?
No.
So it's about this guy.
Or if I did, I was a while ago.
Yeah, so it's this Reddit dude. There was this guy who was killing cats on the internet. And then it was either a Facebook group or a Reddit group. They ended up finding the video and they want to figure out who the guy was. And the guy caught on that they were like looking for him. He ended up killing someone he met on Craigslist.
Yeah.
Some gay dude. And then he sent his arms and his legs and his feet to the Prime Minister of Canada.
Yeah.
Trudeau. He sent it to his front door, like the embassy, and they opened it. Then they found the box and it was the dead nigga's hands and arms. The nigga fled to Europe, and that's when Interpol caught him. It was a whole thing, nigga. You never seen that shit?
I did not know that.
Yeah, he started with cats. He like put them in the vent thing, like what is that shit called when you take air out of something, like those bags?
Vacuum seal.
Yeah, he put them in a vacuum sealer and killed them with the vacuum sealer. And then he just started escalating. And this Facebook group was like watching the whole thing happen. Like they're trying to figure out who this guy was the entire time.
It was me. No.
You're crazy.
Listen, Groton police in Connecticut also said that they're currently investigating the disappearance of a man, Stephen Gush, whose car and phone were found off Route 184 on March 29th. Right? Police don't think it has anything to do with the serial killers, but everyone on TikTok believes it is. That has to be something that's connected to that, right? That's in Groton. And then there was people calling the Groton police, supposedly because on April 3rd, they saw a suspicious man at Bluff Point State Park that they said that they saw him walking around. The caller said that the man allegedly pulled out a switchblade knife, but the police said that they didn't see nobody. They did not see nobody. The caller allegedly said, I went back around, turned the other way. He went back the other way, and then he started to walking back as I turned to the walk back to my car, et cetera, et cetera. People are really... The thing is, like, people, you can make fake calls. You can make fake reports. And so there's no hard evidence. The police is denying it. It's Connecticut and Rhode Island. They're saying that there's nothing that the public has to be worried about. There's no threat to the public right now. There's no serial killer. That's not the case, right?
But would they tell us?
But would they tell us? Because if they tell us, then they cause a sense of people being
panic.
scared.
Yeah.
But at the same time, bro, I personally don't see a serial killer getting away with it in 2025. With all this technology and everything that's happening, it's not happening.
That's just a super show.
It's not happening. It's not happening.
What if it's like an AI serial killer? Then the guy's like access to mad AI.
Condolences to the women and the people that have been lost and the people that have passed away. These bodies have been found. Condolences to their families, because that is the main thing. Because people get caught up in a serial killer, right? And if there is one, I pray and hope that he's caught, got burned in hell. But then people forget about the victims. You know, these are families that are being affected. You know,
Yeah, fried.
all these people getting affected, but it's like they just get caught up in a scandal. The New England serial killer. Now, if the families come out and they say that they believe that there is a serial killer, then that's different. You know what I'm saying? Next week we got an update with that on that topic. Well, I won't say what, but we got an update next week with that. And is it last? Right? Is last Divine came through. Shout out to Divine. The body. Yeah, shout out to everyone also. We had our successful event. Round of applause. Shout out to everyone that came through. We threw an amazing concert here in Providence, Rhode Island. Shout out to Troop, where we had about it was how many in total? Like six. We had like about 6 rappers perform from Rhode Island.
Yeah.
Shout out to everyone that came on support. We had 100 plus people. Coogee said 100 plus people there supporting. An amazing event. A lot of extremely talented people. You know, talented rappers, talented artists from Rhode Island. They had a successful show. Everyone was very grateful, and we appreciate and support the love. We'll be doing more soon. It's something that we need here locally. And to clear up, there was an unfortunate situation that happened that had a lot of confusion to the event and people there at the actual party that we threw, the concert that we threw. But, you know, one of our performers, the opening act, one of our performers, unfortunately, was arrested, right? And we were confused because there was 4 cop cars that pull up to the event and Providence police, and it was like, what the hell is going on? And unfortunately, there was a situation where this young man who never had any warrants before, has no criminal record, right? He's young enough to me that I call him a kid. To me, he's a kid, but obviously he's a legal adult. He is a legal adult. And he was taken into custody, and the police said that there was a misdemeanor, a warrant out for his arrest because of a misdemeanor that he had, and they saw it was all over social media. They saw the social media posts. They saw our post, our promotion. They saw all of our promotion for the event, and they knew that he was going to that event, and they went to get him at the event. They arrested him at the event. Literally, as he's about to grab the microphone to perform, this happened, right? It left a horrible sour taste in my mouth because I spoke to the police. They were respectful. They did their job, but it just felt odd as far as doing it there at the event.
Some hating shit.
They could have done it at his house. You know, I'm not sure whether they had. I'm pretty sure they have his address. They know where he goes to school at. They know where he goes to school at. I'm not sure why they didn't just do that. It felt, and it sucked because I just felt a sense of responsibility. You know, is my event. Shout out to Coogee, me and Coogee's event, and then that happens, and it just felt odd. It felt weird. But the police were respectful. They were just following their orders. But it just reminded me of what the stories that we hear at these Rolling Louds and at these events in New York, etc. But specifically, like, it happens at festivals like a Rolling Loud where they have police that pull up in New York and they arrest people because they know that the artist is going to be there. So they go and arrest them at the actual performance. And it sucks because it almost comes off as, are they trying to embarrass the artist? You know what I'm saying? It's like, if you have another way to get them, you know, why not do it the other way? I just felt bad. But, you know, that was the update and the clarification for that because people were messaging me what happened, what occurred.
I thought the nigga was selling dope.
Yeah, you would have thought he was like a Pablo Escobar or was like something of that nature. I thought it was like damn near, God forbid, where I thought like, imagine he robbed a car before he walked in or something, because that's how it seemed like. You would have thought he robbed a car like on the way to the show or something. Like they were looking for him like you know what I'm saying? It's like,
bro, it's hilarious because I'm outside on the phone and I'm seeing them like pace around. Like I'm pacing around outside on the phone and I see them just roll up slow, and I'm like, did they come here for the show? Are they extra security? Why do we need extra security? Who's coming? What's going on right now, bro? When they brought this nigga out, I'm like, damn, this nigga living his raps.
Yo.
I was confused, bro.
Listen, I'll say this. Listen, we do not. Nobody here works with the police.
Oh, hell no.
That's not the case at all.
No, we ain't Vlad.
That's not what we're doing here. And also, I want to ensure, and I will ensure the safety of, to the best of my ability, right, of my performers, people that are involved in any venue or any sort of event that I have or am a part of in general. Because that shit was just it was just a weird experience. It was a weird experience. I felt I just didn't like the feeling after it happened.
Yeah,
it was just yeah, it felt like it was just odd. It was odd. But shout out to the officers. Nothing against them personally. You know, they're fans. I'm pretty sure they're fans. That we have a bunch of cops that watch us and support us in Providence. So, and to be honest, I would love to have cops on, but I asked a couple of them, and they were like, "Oh no, I can't. My job, etc." Listen, we'll see eventually. You know, I'd be down to have a cops on and talk about stuff. Is like, are they going to want to answer hard questions? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not sure if I really care about a cop's take on Drake and Kendrick. We can ask them that shit too. That'd be interesting.
I got one single question. Do you hate blacks?
No, imagine. God damn.
Yo, just walk in and answer that shit. That nigga's not gonna know what to say.
I don't know, man. I feel like
Start sweating
that would be a waste of time.
No, we're not gonna
It'd
ask
be a
them.
waste of time. As long as it's not the cop that I don't fuck with. That's
As
all
long
I
as you're
want.
not the cop that
That fuck with my loon.
that fucked with Marloon, that had Marloon mad that
bitch
day.
ass nigga.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's the update with that situation. Listen, we're gonna keep continuing on and doing these shows at our own pace. It's gonna keep happening. But it was an amazing. You guys had a good ass time. It was
That shit was
fucking
good,
good.
that shit was fire.
I'm proud
It
of
was
you, bro. That
fire.
shit
Shit was fire. Every artist was great.
Yeah, every
too.
artist was great, and it was really packed. There was a lot of support.
Yeah.
I'm really proud of the city, man, for showing up, because you niggas don't support shit.
Facts.
Yeah, I know, right?
So it was very good that you niggas came out. I'm very happy.
Yeah, my DMs is blowing up right now. People loving it, and people explaining why they couldn't be there, etc. God bless, man. Listen, but shout out to Rhode Island to the world. I think that's it. Let me make sure didn't fucking forget nothing random. Didn't skip over nothing. It's 7:35. Fucking die.
This nigga's about to have sex.
This world, palm trees, flowers grow. Oh, shout out to the Onlyville station owner. I met him over the weekend. Greg, my guy. Met him with Eric. He might
Gave you
come through.
some free wieners.
He's giving free wieners.
You told him you're a wiener enthusiast.
You told him that that's your bag.
Listen, he said he might give me his wiener recipe.
Okay.
Wiener
All right.
wiener recipe.
Okay.
Wiener recipe.
Thank you guys. We appreciate you. I'm gonna have to cut this short before he incriminates himself and just makes himself look crazy. I appreciate every single one of y'all. The love, the fans, the haters, everyone. Appreciate you.
Shout out to Coachella too. It was dope as fuck. A lot of people took the performances very seriously. The T-Pain, Missy Elliott shit was insane. Missy Elliott came out like in a transformer. Bro, it was fucking epic.
I seen niggas was flying in Travis and shit.
Travis Scott had people levitating upside down. They took their Coachella show very serious this year.
Fire.
Isn't Coachella 2 weekends?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
I
2
think
weekends,
so.
right?
I
Yeah.
think so. Something like that.
So
There's
everyone that
people
performed
living
this
out
weekend
there, bro.
performs again
Yeah.
next weekend.
I'm not sure. Don't take my.
No, it's what it is. Because remember, for example, Beyonce performed Coachella, they were calling it that year, and they dropped a documentary on Netflix and everything. But when you watch the documentary, it's the same performance, but then her outfit would change. So if you watch it, you're like, what the fuck? How she has a color changing dress? Nah, because they combined the first weekend with the second weekend. So it's like but I remember watching that at first and forgetting that. I was like, fuck, my mind's going crazy. I'm like, she has that fucking that dress on, the one that everyone at school would say is blue, but it's black or yellow. Remember that?
Blue or gold or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Black, blue, yellow, gold.
But shout out, the Coachella shit was crazy. We gotta go to Coachella one day. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, is that an ant? Look at that.
Where?
Right there.
Oh yeah. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a big ass ant.
Appreciate y'all. We got this bitch.
Oh, I don't know.
Don't kill it.
Or kill it off camera. Just kidding. Listen.
We out.
Yeah, God bless. Love you.